seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good thing to say? I doubt people stand up to something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Boys and girls, hello. Welcome to Whatever Wednesday. I am coming to you live from an affordable Embassy Suites in Philadelphia. So that is the reason for the delay, is that the outlet in my room didn't work at all. So I'm here in the lobby, which is a bit of an atrium situation. There's something, I'm next to something that looks like it could be a tortoise enclosure. Next to the breakfast buffet, next to the pool, next to two fucking people watching a soccer game. So if you hear that in the background, I'm sorry. I don't know where the remote is. I don't know who's in charge of this. I don't know why these people can't watch it in their own fucking room that has a TV. I don't know why they have to be here in the lobby. But hello, welcome to Whatever Wednesday. I am Chrissie Mayr, and I am joined by my lovely co-host, Mr. Fealty.
Hello. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I'm ready for today. I have a Russian vodka for super chats of $20 or more. Yeah.
Oh, my God. What is that? Taka?
You taka a shot. You taka a shot every time you take a shot.
Taka a dick.
Yeah.
If you get drunk enough. I'm kind of sunburnt. I have a leftover. It was happy hour here at the bar from 5:30 to 7. And I got every piece of that free happy hour, because when you check in, you get a free drink at happy hour. And so I had 2 drink tickets to collect. So this is 2 drink tickets here. And this is my cup from the Phillies game yesterday. Oh, my God. Thank you for the popcorn. I have a PA here. Giving me snacks. You're too kind. Thank you. Oh my God, my stepson is here giving me snacks. He is the ultimate PA. That is partially why we are 30 minutes late, because my equipment tonight was set up by a 12-year-old. It's fine. You got to get the help where you can. And I also have a Geno's steak here, which was delivered to the hotel.
Golly.
I'm coming off in a way I don't want to. I don't mean to sound like cunty or whatever. I hate not being on time, but we're here, and we're here to discuss the Whatever podcast. And I'm sunburnt. I'm sorry for that. I was at the zoo today. I nearly got into a fight with a fucking 14-year-old camp counselor at the zoo. We were at the Philly Zoo today, and there was a line. I was waiting in line for the fucking bathroom next to a bunch of kids. They were with some camp, and it was my turn to go next. I go to walk in. The camp counselor goes, "Sorry, you have to wait in line like everyone else." I'm like, "I am waiting in line," and she literally prevents me from going into the bathroom, and has one of her fucking 5-year-old, campies cut me in line. I was like livid. In fact, I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm pregnant." I don't know why I had to lie and say that I was pregnant. I just thought that moronic camp counselor would take pity on me. I was in line. I was literally next, and she fucking sassed me. And and of course, as I said, "Fuck it," I walked away, and I thought of a whole speech. You don't respect your elders. I'm at that place in my life where I'm debating saying to someone, "You don't respect your elders. You don't respect adults." Meanwhile, this is Philadelphia. This is the zoo at Philadelphia, and it's a camp. So if you can imagine perhaps the demographics of the person I'm describing here, there's no reasoning with someone like this. You just have to walk away and find a new bathroom, which is what I've done, which is what I did. And it put me in a bad mood for the next 4 hours.
You should have just peed on her.
I should have. I thought about actually like faking like I was throwing up. I don't know why I thought going with this whole like pregnancy idea was going to like have this. I don't know why. It was my fucking turn. I was next to go to the bathroom, and then she tried to shuffle this kid ahead of me, and I was like, I should have just forced her through and been like, I pay taxes, bitch. You're still a kid. You're not going to have your little campy cut me in line. I was livid. I'm still livid about it. And this kid she's between 14 and 16 years old. She was like a junior camp counselor. And I was like, it's the fucking kids leading the kids. There's no adults here. And I'm just livid.
Legal?
I'm still livid from my zoo debacle.
I don't think that's legal. A 14-year-old looking over kids? Oh,
so many experiences at the zoo today filled me with rage. So we were watching a bird display. There was like a small hawk. You know when the hawks fly back and forth from like person to person? There's like a fucking another. There's like an 18-year-old girl with a leather glove out like this, and then the bird, trusts and then flies to her little finger, and she feeds him a piece of meat, and then the hawk flies back to the other fucking 18-year-old girl with the leather glove out. Watching that happening, and this dumb fucking camp, the same goddamn camp, comes through marching, like stomping, marching, like they're in the ROTC, like they're at the fucking Army Reserve. They're stomping and they're chanting and they're singing some sort of camp song. And I'm like, why does this have to happen here at the zoo? Like, why do you have to prove your discipline here at the zoo? Like, do that at your fucking camp. You're scaring the birds, okay? You're scaring the hawks. They wouldn't fly back and forth from person to person. The birds freaked out. They flew up into the tree. We had to wait another 10 minutes till the birds felt comfortable enough to fly back down to their handlers. And I'm sitting there full of rage. Like, why the fuck do you have to do this here now? Like, they just were loud and obnoxious and disturbing all of the people and wildlife. I'm just so mad. I enjoyed the flamingos. I fucking love animals. I love a zoo so much. I was this close to gorillas. Like, I was literally, gorillas were here up against a pane of glass, and I was literally here. I felt like Jane fucking Goodall. I could see into their eyes. I was watching, and there was a family of gorillas in this one enclosure. There was like 2 moms, 1 dad, and 2 kids. And I'm looking at the dad in the eyes, and I could tell, Fealty, the only reason this dad was sticking around was because it was in an enclosure. Okay, I could see he wanted out. He wanted freedom. He wanted to go pick up some cigarettes and never return, but he was trapped.
Well, they go out for the bananas and never come back.
Right. I swear to God, I understand what Jane was all about, because you look at them and you're like, these are like fucking people. Like, these gorillas are not far off some of my friends. You know what I mean? Like, intelligence level, consciousness, wherewithal, hygiene. They're very close to some people I know. And I was just like, wow, like, these animals are so smart. Like, they're too smart. There's something kind of intimidating about being around animals that are almost as smart as you. I was like, this animal would try to fuck me. You know what I mean? I don't want to flatter myself too much, but I think I look pretty good to a gorilla. Okay.
All right.
Who knows? Maybe if I gained 20 more pounds, I'd look even better to a gorilla, if you know what I'm saying.
I think you have to grow a lot of hair. You know,
I would. I'd have to stop shaving. I'm well on my way. I'm like, these gorillas are basically Sicilian.
I'm half Sicilian.
It was a whole day. I was baking in the sun. I was craving Dippin' Dots. I held off. I had a spiked seltzer. Thank God. Thank God there were spiked seltzers at the zoo.
Was it a surge though?
They didn't have surge. They had regular Truly lemonades. They also had like a spiked rosé, which I dabbled in, which I regretted immediately. Don't take risks when you're at the zoo and you're looking for some alcoholic beverages to drink. Don't go, oh, I'll mix it up. No, you have to go tried and true at the zoo. Go with what you know. Don't be like, oh, let's get creative, because it's going to come back to you. It's going to bite you in the ass. And I have a Gino steak that's been sitting here getting cold.
Which
I don't
one
mean
is that the one that's across the street from like King's? Like I know there's like
no,
places.
there's a Gino's and there's a Pat's across the street from each other. Gino's far superior. We were there today. In fact, this is embarrassingly my second cheesesteak of the day. I had a little bit of Gino's and a little bit of Pat's. Gino's is far better. And of course they don't cut it. They want you to slobber all over yourself like a fucking animal. Is there a plastic knife within arm shot? No, there's not. I am by the breakfast buffet. There might be, but I can't even eat
the PA. You need the PA to come in.
The PA, it's almost the PA's bedtime. Okay, I can't be asking the 12-year-old to cater to my every whim here.
I don't know. At 12, I was going to sleep at like 2 in the morning.
I want to show you guys what I'm working with here. Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this.
All right. So you went with the meat and looks like the cheese. Did you get the onions and peppers?
Of course.
Okay.
No peppers. I'm just going to take a little bite.
Is that? Oh, golly.
Oh, my God.
That was tiny. That was a tiny bite.
There's only so much I can fit into my mouth, okay? Not all of us are professional eaters, Fealty.
I mean, what does that say about Frank, though? You know?
Oh, I'm sure he put his away already, like fucking 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, in his pants.
Oh.
Is that the one with all the lights, or is that the darker one? The Gino's place. I remember there was one with like a whole bunch of lights.
It's way better curb appeal. It's all black and orange.
Yeah. I can't remember which one I had.
I feel like my fucking jaw is about to detach. Oh, this is really good. Even slightly cold, this is good. Even slightly soggy, this is still like, I have no napkins. I have nothing.
Yeah, you kind of screwed yourself there.
I have nothing. I'm in the middle of a hotel lobby in an atrium. These two fucking fags insist on watching the fucking soccer game 10 feet away from me. I want to throw something at the TV. Why? This atrium lobby is fucking huge. They could go literally anywhere. Why do they have to be here? To ruin my day. Ow.
Just for that reason. Oh, I went to Pat's. Okay. Yeah,
Pat's sucks.
Picture from the test.
Sucks.
Yeah. Well, we had both, though. When is this from?
Way better. And again, not sponsored by Big Cheesesteak here. Way juicier. Pat's, the cheese is more visible. Like they sort of lay the cheese on top. Here, it's like melted in. The cheese and the meat become one. The onions are also play a good supporting role.
Did they have all that like lingo? Like you had to go up to the window with like the special stuff, like I want with and with all that.
Oh, they put so much pressure on the tourists. If you don't order right, we're gonna fucking kill you. You know, like, oh, you have to say all the words right. It's like a soup Nazi territory. You gotta say the thing, step to the side, no extra words, have your money out, no eye contact. It's a big fuss.
That was a great episode. I mean, I'm more of a Friends guy, but the soup Nazi stuff was great. You know, then he finds all like the secret recipes in the dresser thing.
I've met Gino, a couple of years ago. I just sort of the first time I came to Philly, I was doing a comedy show, and so it's Gino's and Pat's at different corners, and I was like, oh, which one should I go to? The one named after a friend of mine, or the one named after my toxic ex-boyfriend? What will it be? So I went with Geno's.
Wait, didn't
That's where I
Pat's the one who punched
and,
Gino? Pat punched
Yes.
Gino, right? Wow.
Yes, Pat punched Gino. I know. I was at a real crossroads. It was a real difficult decision, not. And by the way, Geno's is a way fucking better cheesesteak. I know it's a fucking tourist trap. And here's the thing: if you're someone who plans to come to Philly more than one time, guess what? You have to go to Geno's and Pat's. You have to know what you're dealing with. Yes, they'll give you shit. Oh, don't go there. Go to the other places. They're so much better. But like, you have to try Geno's and Pat's steaks as your baseline, because you won't know like what's better unless you try the tourist trap cheesesteak. And now you know Geno's is actually it's a decent sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's juicy. Gino himself, like, his name is Gino Vento, loves celebrities, loves comedians. My headshot is like on the wall somewhere.
Oh, really?
Super cool guy. Yeah, I met him a few years ago. We're mutual friends with Mark Riccadonna, another comedian, and he just loves famous people and he loves his headshots. But he also supports cops. He's got like tons of patches and shit framed. Like, good guy. His priorities are in order. He's got a lot of photos of himself on the wall. His weight fluctuates. I mean, that's actually, I love that, because if you own a cheesesteak business and I don't see you at least being fat sometimes, you're not eating your product. You know what I mean? If you're a skinny bitch selling cheesesteaks, I don't trust you. So I appreciate that. Anyway, this is Gino Steaks here.
Yeah, I pulled up a picture of it so everyone could see it in its glory.
It's
I knew it was the one with all the lights. That's what I remember from it. Yeah, because we tried both.
Well, I've never been.
Yeah.
I've never been at nighttime. But yeah, you gotta go with whiz, with onions. It's good, even though it's cold. I mean, I'm not gonna eat more than half of this, but
oh, so is this the Gino guy?
No, that's not him.
Okay.
No, he looks like a guinea. He looks like
this is Gino.
That's him.
Okay.
That's a baby. Go back. Go to the middle photo. Purple shirt.
Purple shirt. Okay. There you go.
You were just there. That's not him. That's what's his face, who died recently. Oh my God! Go down under the baby.
Okay, this guy. I didn't know you meant down.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's him in the glasses.
Yeah.
That's Gino Vento. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he definitely looks like he eats his food.
This is good. I'm eating this. All right.
Tina Turner.
I know this is supposed to be whatever Wednesday, not
stuff.
Philly cheesesteak Wednesday.
Oh, it's still good. Food is food. I mean, this is actually a good segue into what will happen this coming Monday on the Wet Spot.
Are you ready? Like, how do you prepare for this?
I need no preparation. They are going to get destroyed. Just simply destroyed. Wow. I feel bad for them, but I don't at the same time. You know?
Because you're going against Steve Conti and Jim Stansel.
And I'm ready for it.
Are you like? I feel like with eating, like a closeted gay that's just trying to live their life like in control. You're like, no, I'm fine. But then the second you have a couple of drinks, you fucking have tons of cocks in your mouth. I feel like that's how you are with eating. Like, if you just unleash that side of you, your inner fat boy comes out.
Oh,
am I correct?
I mean, my inner fat boy is always going to be there. Like I posted this. I posted this on the Twattersphere. I mean, this is that's one meal right there. It was so good too. Oh, and then I tried Chick-fil-A for the first time like a month ago. Yes, delicious. Yes. Ate all that. That's a large mac and cheese there. Then you can't go wrong with Italian desserts. You got your cannolis over there.
How many of those can you really eat though?
I ate that whole box, and that was just a side. That wasn't like the real meal. Like this This here is the real meal.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. You ate that whole pizza plus the breads plus the
Oh, yeah.
chicken parm?
Oh, yeah. And in the tinfoil there is a chicken Caesar wrap.
Jesus Christ. I'm not even chewing. I'm just swallowing this whole.
So good. Delicious. Diabetes.
All right. I'm off bread. Like, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm fucking back. I'm back on my game.
Oh, yeah. Well, my plan, though, is the eating contest on Monday is going to be my last fat day. So I'm going hardcore back on the diet again to get back down to my bottom weight of 137 pounds. And
Bottom weight. Oh, so now you're a top?
yeah, I'm a top right now. You know,
top this whole time?
Shoving all that stuff in my mouth just, brought the top out of me. And, it's time to, give it up and just go bottom, Just, take one for the team.
So,
me.
And I felt bad asking you to do this eating contest because,
no.
we all talk about, we gotta fucking get back on our game. We gotta lose weight. We gotta stop being such fat fucks. Like, we gotta have hot girl summer. And I'm like, Fealty, you want to do eating contest? You're like, yes. So I hope I wasn't throwing you off your plan.
Oh, no. Like, I've been breaking my diet anyway. How tall am I? I am 5'5". I am small, Russell.
Russell, don't be a
small.
size queen. He could
But,
kick your fucking ass, Russell.
I could. I mean, I almost had to get into it with a Michael Gavin Ali, but he scared me.
Wait, did you want to get down to 137?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back down to my bottom weight. I mean,
All right.
like right now, I'm still fitting in large shirts, so I haven't gained back so much that I've gone back to my 3XL size, Because, like, at that time, like, 3XL was starting to get a little tight, so... I'm still a long ways away from what I was, because
Okay.
I was definitely over 300 pounds for being 5'5", which is morbidly obese, So,
And
like,
just
right
because you can get up to that weight doesn't mean you should. You need to use your powers for good, not evil.
well, some records are not meant to be broken, So, like, but, like, yeah, I'm going to get back down. I'm going to get back on the diet and working out every day, lifting the weights and stuff,
It's like what they used to say in Weight Watchers. Easy on, easy off,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just going to start lifting this thing again
Look
every
at that.
day,
Look
and
at that.
I'm still so weak, though. I haven't really lifted this much. But, yeah, I'll be back on it after I kick some
You got it, Fealty.
tush
You'll
on
get me
Monday.
back on there. We'll both be svelte as fuck come September. All we need is a month to make it happen.
Yeah, I probably need like
I'm
3
so sorry.
months.
I'm so sorry I'm eating. I'm sorry my eating is bothering people. It literally just arrived as soon as I was setting up. So I'm sorry that's like probably very unsightly to watch everyone to have everyone watching me eat. All right, I'll be done now. Okay.
No, you can keep eating.
I'm sorry. It's unsightly. Why do girls hate eating food on first dates? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why, MK Solid, because we're fucking nervous and we're trying to maybe beat it. Okay, so you want to feel sexy.
How much is
and you don't
$1.99
feel sexy when you're full of full of food. Plus, if you're on the first date and you want to fuck, then you definitely don't want to be full of food. So you'd rather be drunk than full, you know?
Ooh, I don't know.
Because you're nervous is the short answer. Anyway.
I think I would be too nervous to drink on like a date. I don't know.
Oh, I nervously get famously hammered on first dates. All right, so anyway.
Really? Oh, well,
yeah,
then you
whatever
threw
podcast.
up with Frank.
I threw up?
Yeah, when you were on the date with Frank.
Oh, yeah, I threw up. Oh, my God. One of me and Frank's first dates, I, for some reason, decided to drink my weight in rum chata. And this was at the Stonewall Inn. So he walked me back to my apartment in Astoria, Queens. And he went to kiss me goodnight. And actually I fucking turned away. I did a nope. And he thought that was because he was getting rejected. And that was because I was literally throwing up in my own mouth. And I did not want to kiss that onto him. So I was like, good night. And then I was like, good night. See you later. I waited 10 seconds for him to walk away. And then I was like, I felt the puke coming. And then I just sort of like turned around. I puked into my, I want to say atrium again. What I mean is like, okay, these apartment buildings in Queens, they're like sort of in a circle or a semicircle. And there's a little bit of a courtyard, I guess. There's like, grass growing, some plants. And I puked all into my sort of courtyard. What would you call it? Somebody in the chat would know. So I'm puking my fucking guts out. It's literally like a white fire hose, all rum chata, full speed, coming out of my body as fast as possible. I'm like, thank God he's gone. I'm just puking. A foyer. Thank you so much, healer.
I thought a foyer, isn't that indoors though?
A vestibule.
Oh, no,
Maybe it's a vestibule. Maybe it is a vestibule. Maybe Admiral's correct on this. Vestibule. I am puking my fucking whole life out. Just a fire hose of rum chata. And I'm like, all right, at least this is out. He's gone. I can do this, with a shred of dignity. And then I feel a hand on my back, patting my back, and it's Frank. And I thought, no, as I'm puking more and more, wow, just white rum chata. And he's there patting my back, which is a sweet gesture, but I did not want him to see me like this. I'm like, turn away, I'm hideous. Look away. And he saw more than he needed to see on that second date there.
Well, I think he saw all he needed to see. He ended up marrying you. That's what got him.
Yes, but it took almost 9 years, Fealty. How far did I set myself back by that rum chata puke moment?
I don't think even a day. I think that was the clincher.
I could have done it in a year or two had he not seen me like that. I had to convince him that it was a good idea.
It was a good idea. Moments like that are rememberable,
It was the smell. You would not forget the smell. It was white. It was white puke. Okay.
We got to hear Frank's side of that someday.
That was terrible. It was terrible. And it was so funny. He thought for a second, like, oh my God, is she a prude? Is she like playing hard to get? No, I'm literally just about to puke. Don't be.
But good on him for coming back, though. Like, he probably was walking away. Like...
Yeah. Oh God, I guess it depends. If the tables were turned, would I let him puke in solace and maintain his dignity and just pretend I never saw it, or would I come back and be like sympathetic and be like a comforting source? God,
a little rub on the back, like let it out.
Right. What? I guess I would have come back because like if you're so fucking drunk that you're puking your guts out in your foyer, in your vestibule, then maybe you're not even well enough to get your key into the door and get up to your room. So I think I would have done the same thing. I would have made sure, like, is this fucking bitch able to get into her room?
Well, yeah. It is also Italian. I'm surprised he walked away beforehand, because the Italian thing is you have to wait till the person goes in the door and they have to wave. That's like, it's like a rule.
Oh. That's funny, because when I was young and ashamed of the house I grew up in, I would have friends drop me off at the neighbor's house and I would wave and I'd wait till they drove away because I couldn't. And then there was one person that wouldn't drive away because I can't key into the fucking neighbor's house. And then I was had because I had to sort of slink away and be like, oops, I forgot my key. And then I had to pretend to go around into the backyard. Now I'm in the backyard of the neighbor's house. It was very awkward. I had to wait for them to drive away, and then I had to crawl over the fence into my own backyard. It was embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's do something wild that is seemingly unbelievable. How do you segue out of this one?
You can't segue out of it.
No, you can. Speaking of relationships, we're going to be talking about the Whatever podcast, which is all about relationships. Golly. Mm-hmm. Who would have thunk it? All right, I'm going to pull it up.
Okay.
All right. Doing the share screen. All right, so we're going to start with the Sunday one. I think the Sunday one is probably like the go-to one because it was a little bit crazier. Whereas a Tuesday one, surprisingly, it wasn't as crazy as I would think it would have been with like the guests they had on. But all right, let's just get into it and hit play on the intro of finding out who these people are.
Okay.
Please go subscribe. Without further ado, we're going to have
Oh
the
my
guests
God,
introduce themselves. So
Fealty!
please-
Every time we watch one of these, I swear to God, there's 5 more fucking people on this show. Every time I watch this show, it's 20 people, and then there's 25 people, and then there's 35 people on the panel. There's always 100 people on each show.
Well, the Tuesday show, the title of it was like 7 girls and a surprise guest when it was live. And I was like, golly, like you need like 5. Yeah.
Ass Smasher says these are all real dolls. I don't disagree. I'm loving the blonde and the blue top. Just off the bat,
Yeah.
she knows what color she looks good in. She's very tits forward. And by the way, when Anna and Brittany went on this show, they said that that they were told when they arrived to the show, dress how you would for a night of clubbing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so second from the right, that doesn't look like a clubbing thing to me. I
no,
don't know.
she's dressed for a goddamn lemonade stand. She's
Mhm.
dressed for a bake sale. She's not gonna get any dick in that outfit.
Oh, probably get
And
a
then you
lot.
got a neck tattoo back there. Oh God.
2
this is
neck
gonna-
tattoos. The corner of
2
neck tattoo. Oh,
2 neck-
3.
Oh my goodness.
Even the blonde has it. I like the blonde though.
A neck tattoo really sends a message, doesn't it? Fealty, would you date a girl with a neck tattoo?
I've hooked up with a girl with neck
What?
tattoos.
Did you just feel the urge to choke her right on her neck tattoo?
No, not really. That never crossed my mind.
Okay.
Choking. That would mean I'd go to jail.
I thought that's why that girls get neck tattoos, because they're trying to let you know they want to be choked and they won't complain and they will never Me Too you because they have a deep, deep damage inside them.
Well, I guess that's kind of what tattoos mean in general.
That is
though,
what they
in
mean,
a way.
yeah. Which is
Yeah.
surprising why I don't have any.
Maybe you should get a tattoo, get like Frank's name.
It feels late. I feel like I missed my tattoo window.
I don't think there is a tattoo window. But I mean,
That's
I've been
true.
delaying. I don't have a tattoo, and I've always said when I lose the weight, I get a tattoo. Because if you get a tattoo and then you lose the weight, and then the skin kind of shrinks, now your
Right.
tattoo's gonna get all morphed and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait till
that's-
I get to my ideal weight, and then I'm gonna get.
You don't want it to look like a magic eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want Darth Vader to eventually look like mini Darth Vader or something
Right.
else. All right, let's get the intros.
Tell us your name, age, and occupation. Go ahead.
I'm Essie, I'm 24, and I'm a social media manager, and I also do OnlyFans.
Okay.
Perfect.
Welcome.
She's
Emily,
perfect.
21, student and OnlyFans.
Welcome back.
Perfect.
Hi,
Another
I'm
home
Karen.
run.
Ooh, question though. So
Okay.
blue blonde semi neck tattoo. Do you think they're real?
Her boobs?
Yeah, they're kind of
Oh,
like really
I
perky.
could go either way. I could go either way. She's only
Okay.
24, so those could be real. I'm going to say I'd have to hear more of her talk to know for sure, but right now I'm going with they're real.
They're really, I mean, they're firm though, kind of looking. I don't know.
That
I
could be
just-
the bra. That could be Fealty. She's got a halter top and a halter, and that's probably a padded bikini top. So you've got the pad and the halter pushing and hoisting. We've got a pushing with the push up here, and there's hoisting going on with the halter top because it's one of those that ties behind her neck. So there's both pushing and hoisting happening, which would account for the perkiness.
Okay. But
Yeah.
they don't look like they're trying to sneak out from underneath though.
No, there's no under boob, there's no side boob. She's fully
Yeah.
supported, which is why I'm leaning towards this is a push-up bra. This is a push-up bathing suit situation, and she's got a sort of she knows what she looks good in. She's got a little bit of a corset top going on. It's got sleeves and then a stomach hoisting going on. But she's got a lot of tattoos as well. So I don't know what to make of her yet. But she is
She's just
hoisted.
hot.
She's supported. She's hoisted. She's ready to fuck up this whatever podcast.
Hoisting.
She's
all
not
right.
going home without some sort of a movie deal.
She could get one. I mean, she's hotter than Amber Heard.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
She's not going home without Brian's dick in her mouth. That's her directive here.
Oh, there's another girl that was definitely trying to get with him. All right, let's hear the rest of the OnlyFans
I'm
girls.
31 and I'm a porn star.
All right, what about you?
I'm Brooke. I'm 24 and I do content online such as OnlyFans.
Such as
I'm Azalea.
And
I'm
such as
31,
the
I'm an
Iran.
aviation worker
such
and
as
an
the
OnlyFans
Iran.
girl.
When you say aviation worker, what do you mean by that?
I work on planes.
Are you the
She's a
baggage
flight
loader?
attendant.
No,
You
I'm a
load
flight attendant.
Oh, you're a flight attendant.
Yes.
Girl,
Okay.
lead with flight attendant. Nobody
domestic or
watching this
international,
show
or
thinks
both?
you're the pilot.
Is there one that's more primary?
Honestly, wherever in the world they want to send me.
Okay.
I love
Are
it.
you,
I love
like,
her.
Well, she
major
has
airline
two
or- I'll
float
never- Can you
accessories.
disclose
If
which
she
airline
works
or-
for American,
That's
if
fine, that's fine,
if
what
she
about
works
you?
for American,
Hi,
I
my
have
name
some
is Allie
questions.
Hardesty, aka Alligators. I'm a YouTuber, OnlyFans model,
Alligators.
and I also have my own podcast.
Okay, I hate her.
Okay.
I hate her
My name's
immediately.
Nev. I'm 20 and I make and sell soap.
So that's not
Yes,
you're a student at UCSB.
soap
would-
girl.
You don't sell soap.
Yes, I do. I
She's
do.
selling-
I do sell soap on the side.
She
Where, on
sells
Etsy?
soap, Brian.
No, I just sell soap.
Just like on the street corner.
I sell soap.
Venti sells
All
soap
right.
now
Sells soap.
too.
Wait, sorry. What was your?
Why
age
don't you
again?
believe her when she
26.
tells you what
26,
she
thank
does?
you.
Soap.
Okay. What
He
about
re-
you?
he pushes
My
the
name's
weirdest
Amy Dangerfield.
things.
I'm
He does.
27 and I do high ticket sales.
High ticket
High
sales. What's
ticket
that?
sales.
Can we just though appreciate the boob window though? I think that's
That
like,
is
unique.
not only a boob window, that is a nautical boob window. That is like we are on a cruise ship and there's only circular windows looking out into the ocean. It's a circular boob, not only a boob window, but a boob. I don't know the word. Is anyone seaworthy in the chat that can give me a name for a nautical circular boat window?
like the steering thingy. Isn't that like
Yes.
a wheel?
Someone will know, but yes, it's very nautical. She's not really hoisted, but she's bandaged. It's a glass bottom boat vibe. Boob port. She is in port here. She's port side. She's seaworthy. She
Well,
is
don't they
a
call-
little yeah.
Aren't
She's
aren't sea
starboard. Maybe
people
she's starboard.
coxswains? I
Yeah.
think they're called coxswains.
She's got a porthole happening in the front there. She's got a little, and again, she's another one who knows what she looks good in. She knows what she's working with. She's an A cup, maybe an A and a half, and so she is pushed and foisted, and she's attached. A lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of straps and holes to make you feel like there's more going on than what's really happening there. She is seaworthy though.
She is my favorite though.
There's no
She's
bra. She's
Mhm.
DTF.
She doesn't need a bra though. You know,
No.
that's the beauty of the small boobies.
No,
you know?
she's a preteen. She's a preteen body.
No. That is a grown up body. Just saying.
She's an adult woman, of course, but she definitely, her boobs are giving me middle school energy, the after school boobs.
I would say the girl to her left is giving off the middle school with that stripy kind of shirt going
Oh,
on.
Soap
there.
Girl? Yes, Soap
Yeah.
Girl. I already feel like Soap Girl is going to be a huge problem. She's not going to be fun. She's going to be cunty. But we need that. There needs to be one cunt on this show, or else there's no friction. There's nothing interesting happening.
My favorite is your guesses of the people. That's like my favorite part of it. Like when we do,
You
like, the
can
intro
tell,
portion.
Fealty, you're doing this long enough. You just need to hear a sentence or two out of a chick to know, to be able to foretell her whole future, her whole personality. You'll be able, in time, you too will be able to make, jump to conclusions like me. And it's all about just judgment and stereotypes. And usually you're right.
I'm the worst at that. I that's why I don't even try
This
and
purple
take
shirt here,
guesses.
this blue shirt, blue shirt is, I can already, she's extremely high maintenance, but insecure. Because where is the cleavage? What's going on? But you can tell she spent 5 hours on hair and makeup. So she's a little bit of a mystery to me right now.
She's hot too. And they're all hot.
Of course, they're all hot. They're all hot. That's not in question here.
He needs to break it up.
But
with,
blue
like, a
shirt, what is
Gorlock.
she hiding? What is she hiding? Yeah.
I don't know. I want to know though. I'm down.
Hold
to find
on.
Out.
And also, how many tartan plaid shirts does Brian own? How many blue-green plaid shirts? Because this. Does he have one? Is he like? I imagine Tim Pool's closet is just a sea of beanies and black shirts, just
What
like
would be in
Steve Jobs'
mine?
closet. I imagine was a sea of black turtlenecks. Your closet is a sea of bandanas, just like I'm sure Brian's closet here is a sea of literally that one shirt just 20 times over.
That's a nice flannel, though. I want to get like more colorful
It
flannels. I
looks
have too
cozy.
dark.
It's July. It's July in Santa Barbara, California. So I feel like that shirt is too hot for right now.
Well, it hides the sweat. That's why I bring around the flannel. You know, you get a little sweaty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, he's giving us LL Bean energy.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, I dig the flannels. I mean, bandana and a flannel, you can't go wrong with. I think Brian's style is great. I think I dig it.
No,
I want to dress like him.
I wouldn't say he
Even though
has
I already do.
style.
That's style.
Okay. Stephen Hawking vibes. Yes, he's got that tricked out chair. He's the only one who's comfortable. Or he's got a neck pad, a back pad. He's got a laptop riser. He's got a mouse pad, armrests.
On Tuesday,
He's
he
living
even had
large.
an ice pack. He's Professor Xavier. That's who he is. All right, let's hear the people.
High ticket sales is just selling a product or service that
The boobs are the best. Those are my favorids.
it's
High
value,
ticket
so
sales.
usually over
She
$10,000. But I've
shrouds
worked
her
in
job
industries such-
title in mystery. Nautical boob window shrouds her job in mystery because it's like not really a real job. Okay. The more words you attach, it's like the more insecure you are about what you do. You're trying to make it sound like something it's not.
Couldn't OnlyFans be explained as that too?
OnlyFans, that's one fucking word. It's a compound word. OnlyFans. Everyone knows what that is.
But it's not. Could it be said it's not really a job though?
It is a job. It's a source of income. Talk to any girl who does OnlyFans. If you're doing it right, you could easily spend 8 to 10 hours a day answering messages, taking photos, editing photos, posting, liking, talking to people, or having Habib in Pakistan. You could send the messages to him and then he answers on your behalf.
See, now that's what I would be looking forward to. I want to get to know Habib in Hyderabad in India. You know,
Habib knows all your deepest fucking secrets. Okay.
Oh, he's calling me all the time about my car insurance and the IRS that I owe. You know, I love it when they call. All right, let's hear Porthole some more.
Such as BDAS, Big Data as a Service, automation, and recently education and courses.
What the fuck?
What about you?
My name is Naomi. I'm 31. I'm a respiratory therapist, and I also do worship leading at church.
Worship?
What?
Are you a
Didn't see that coming,
Oh,
did you?
No.
That was a surprise. What you were
Biggest
saying?
curveball. I have whiplash from hearing her answer.
Well, let's hear more about her, though. Let's hear more about her.
musician, okay.
Me and my twin sister both.
Okay, rock and roll.
Oh, she doesn't say.
Okay. When you just going back to you, you say you do big ticket sales.
High ticket sales.
High ticket sales.
Yes, sir.
You sell art.
Nobody knows what that
So high
is.
ticket sales just means a product or service over $10,000, and so you make a percentage commission of whatever product or service you sell.
She doesn't have a real job.
What's
This is
an
not a real
example?
job.
Yeah, what's an example of like something you might sell?
Yeah, for sure.
Someone
So
hired her
currently
because
I am
she's
working
hot,
effort
and they
in the real
created a
estate
job
industry.
for
They
her.
offer
Well, she brings in the high digit sales. If I
She
see
has
her
a
standing in
nautical
the store,
boob window. They go, "Oh, she's hot. Let me make up a nonsense job for her to work." And good, she could be at my company with her tiny boob window, her tiny circular boob window.
why we gotta hate on the small boobs?
I'm not.
They're
I love
new.
her. I am just hating on her poor excuse for a job. She's hot. She should be fully
yeah.
dedicated to the sexual arts. Okay, she needs to get out of high ticket sales because nobody knows what that is. That's not where she's best served.
Well, does she? I don't think she says what she. Let's see if she says.
mentorship. The guy in question has flipped like over 1,200 properties over a period of like a decade, and so he sells a mentorship service that is like $10,000 to $15,000. So when I help facilitate that sale, I get a percentage of the overall commission.
Okay.
Wow. The overall,
She works for
you know,
people who do
price, which
bullshit
is my
things.
commission.
Rock and roll. Very cool. Okay, we're gonna go around the table once more. So, current relationship status. So,
That
are you
explanation
single,
did not
talking
help.
stage, situationship, friends with
No.
benefits, relationship, married? If you're
I
single,
one
how long
time
have you
heard
been
a very
single?
retarded. Guilty. I one time heard a very retarded sounding girl on this show going. Remember, there was a viral clip about a girl talking about talking stages, and I was like, what the? She's fucking retarded. Why is she saying talking stages? Now I know that Brian is the motherfucker who came up with the phrase talking stages.
Oh, really?
And so now I feel bad. I feel bad for judging that retarded girl. That was not her creation.
Wait,
mean,
so
she's
is she still
she's
retarded?
very dumb. She's still
Okay.
retarded, but like I attribute 15% less retardation to her response because now I know that Brian came up with talking stages as a term.
I wonder if there is a way to detard though. I mean, you
There's
retard.
no way. Right. That's actually, I'm not a scientist, so I can't really answer that. But I'm sure if you're a retard, you can always detard with enough, work, reading.
Well,
help.
you're not a biologist, and you don't identify as a tard, so you can't, comment
I
on the
think you
re or D.
detard by like keeping your mouth shut more and like again focus on the sexual arts. Yeah, just don't do a lot of talking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, we got a super chat.
Ooh.
For explaining the girl, she tricks men into buying self-help packages.
Oh my God, she's Jack Murphy adjacent.
Yeah, like I wonder if that's what she does though. Like she talks to these guys, like makes them feel like, oh, like don't you want to be the best you could be? Then they have some hopes that they'll get to see her lovely, small boobs that are wonderful, and then they go to the thing like, yeah, I'll drop 10,000-15,000 just so they could be like, I have a big wallet. See, I'm rich. I can provide for you. And then they go to that thing, and she makes money and never talks to them again.
She's a perfect face for a bullshit company. She could sell anything. A small boob window.
She could sell me.
Oh yeah.
I would think about fixing my life for her and going to a thing where I hear someone tell me how to live. I would think about it.
Yeah, if she's like, "Yar, matey, come portside. Look at my boob window."
I already look like a pirate, so her nautical boob window is just right up my alley.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Sign me up. I'll fucking get some boat shoes for you."
Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Oh, we got another super chat.
Ooh.
Viking for 5. Fealty is going to crush the eating competition on Monday. His competition stands no chance. There will be no mercy. Stancil will cry. This is true.
You're
I'm
certainly
going
the
to
most
destroy
confident.
them.
You're coming to this with big dick energy in a way that I
am.
haven't seen from Steve or Stancil. And they're very good competitors who I know can eat a lot.
Well, all I say is Steve, though, when he comes, he has to give a speech because he's really good at speeches, from what I hear. You know.
Nah, right.
That one took a second to go in. Just saying, everybody, he's great at speeches. Oop, I accidentally shrunk that. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to destroy them. It's rare that I go around with the big PP energy, but when it comes down to food, I know I can handle the amount.
You know your strengths. Yeah.
Yeah. The speed thing, though, if we're doing 10 minutes, I'm going to go as ham as I can. People are going to have to see on the wet spot. Or
okay,
maybe
in the
if
chat,
you clip it.
we're trying to figure out amount of time to allow for eating. I was thinking 20, but now Fealty thinks 10 is good. I think 10 is too short of a time period. I know that that's Nathan's hot dog timeline.
Well, how many burgers do you think
is
is a lot? Like, how many burgers would you say is a lot of burgers?
3?
3?
Yeah. I would say
think...
if you eat more than 2 burgers, that's fucking fat fuck territory. But I'm like, what do I know?
I mean, just like 2 months ago, I ordered from Burger King. I had like a deal with Uber Eats. It was like 40% off up to $15. So I got 8 burgers, just like the basic burgers. They were like $3 each. So I got 8 of the burgers. Oh yeah, 8.
I'm not burgers.
Oh, that's not it.
McDonald's?
Nah, Burger King.
Holy shit.
That's not everything. I got an order of the fries. I got the whatchamacallit thingies. The chicken nuggies. I got 16 chicken nuggies with it.
Oh,
and I ate it all.
How do you look at yourself in the mirror after eating all that?
I don't look in the mirror after that. I just sit down.
Go right to bed. Yeah.
Smoke a cigarette,
Mhm.
like it's like,
Not
surviving
about
a
it.
workout. Oh crud, that was a 5. All right, let me drink. I'll hit play and then I will do my super chat
And
drinky
your
poo.
longest relationship. Go ahead.
Oh, I really don't want to answer this. I'm single and I've been single for 6 years.
Okay, single.
I want to
single
change
for
that.
6 years. What was your
6 years.
longest
Wow.
I think it was like 6 months. It was when
That's
I was
nothing.
like
Wow.
High school?
Okay.
17. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're
Okay.
24, right? So 6 years ago you would have been.
So Blue Shirt was molested.
The 6 years ago.
Blue Shirt was molested by her father or uncle as a youth. She has extreme trust issues because she's not old enough to be fucking fat and then skinny to then have, like fat girl syndrome. I don't think that's her case right here.
No.
So my only other option is molestation. Because how would this specimen, how would this 10 not have been with someone in 6 years? If she used to be, there's a 10% chance she used to be a fucking whale and she snatched it together last minute. But like, I just don't see that from her. I'm thinking something terrible happened to her.
I mean,
she's broken
that's
on
making
the
me worry
inside.
about myself now, though, because for me, the last time was 2012. So,
Okay.
what does that say about me? I wasn't
Were you
molested that I know of. I don't remember, unless maybe it's deep down in the brain, and I've just been, just keeping it out. And maybe someday it's going to pop back in and I'm just going to cry on a street corner and throw up in a vestibule.
Well, that remains to be seen. I mean, if you ever have that come to Jesus moment where you go, oh, fuck, I was molested, we'll deal with it at that point.
Like, Chrissy. And I'll just pull out a doll out of my pocket and just point. And that's all I'll say, and I'll cry. Right there.
Don't worry. If you ever realize you were molested, we'll take care of you. It'll be okay.
All right, let's see.
That was your 6-month relationship.
Right.
Okay, it ended 6 years. Okay. Oh, hello.
Dwight
Thank you,
_H
man.
_
Oh my God.
High school romance.
Ugh.
I
hate
why
the
you been single
robotic
for 6 years?
super
What's going
chat
on?
voice.
Really?
I've dated off and on. I
molested.
I don't know. I don't
Come
know
on.
why. I know why I've been single. I'm working on my character defects right now, which is probably feeds into why I've been single for so long. But
character defects.
What are they?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are they?
I have like
What
a
are
bad
they?
habit of like ignoring red flags and dating people that are bad for me because I'm used to like the toxic behavior. So I'm trying to like
She has
take
low
contrary
self-esteem
action to not
because
do
her
that
dad
in the
molested
hopes
her.
of getting into a healthy relationship.
How's that working out?
It's working really good actually.
Yeah.
It's getting better. Yeah. I think
Okay,
with
so
practice
she just
and like
picked
dating
horrible
over time,
guy, low value, low
When's
self-esteem.
the last time you dated
All right,
a
she
guy
has
who
daddy
you
issues.
ignored the red
Yeah.
flags for?
But
I'd say like a year
come on,
ago.
I had daddy issues. You can still have relationships with daddy issues, okay? Like, I could do a fucking 2-year relationship standing on my head. So there must be something else going on with her other than daddy issues.
I mean, I don't get it. I look at her and I'm just like, wow. Like, I mean, she really, like, stunning.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
golden
stunned.
ratio and stuff. Like, yeah. I don't know if
Everything.
that's her real hair color, but she does have blue eyes, so you never
I mean,
know.
she has a little bit of highlights going on in the front, but that's like she's a dirty blonde. That's her natural color wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Dead Fish. You give her an 8.8. Like,
Oh
yeah,
my
looks
god.
wise.
No, I think she's a solid 9 and change, but maybe I'm gay. So yeah, I
So
agree.
that's your type.
I agree she would be hotter without the tattoos. I think I would give her a solid. I would give her a 10 if she didn't have her fucking arms covered in tattoos. That is a real shame.
That to me it makes it better. I mean, I don't like the neck tattoo. I'm not the biggest fan of neck I hate face tattoos. That they just bother me. But like, yeah, the neck. But like anything else, like,
yeah.
like Post Malone. Like I just think it looks so just stupid. Like your face is you. You know, like you can color
Yeah.
the rest of yourself, but your face is you. Like, leave yourself
Right.
alone,
And
kind of.
I would say that your neck and tits are really an extension of your face. So if you're, because when they tell a woman to, your skincare regime extends down to your neck and tit skin, you know what I mean? Because that's all really just part of your face. It should get the same products. You should take care of it as you would your face. So when I see a chick who's tattooing her neck and tits, you might as well tattoo your face at that. It's all part of the same unit.
I mean, I'm a metalhead. I like the tats. Just
All right.
keep them off
All
the
right.
neck
You
and
like-
the face.
You like a damaged queen.
I guess so. No, I want someone nice. That's what I want. I want someone nice, and I want someone that's going to cuddle and play video games and just share the journey of life. I want someone to drive to Philly with and just have a cheesesteak and
Oh,
go on
God, we should have
walks.
taken you on this trip.
Well, actually, that picture I showed before in Philly, that was 14 years ago. So that was the last time I was in Philly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're due to come back.
I'm not a damaged queen. Okay?
yes, you are. We all are.
Maybe a little bit, okay? But
We're
I'm
all
working on
damaged queens. Yes,
Yeah.
you are saying like you're talking like you can fix this broad.
it. I could fix her with my love and my
Fealty,
heart.
it's been an hour and we're only on the first girl. We're going to be here all night.
Let's
And
play.
those, like,
I'm not going to
short-term
hit
situations
pause
just
no
back
matter
then.
what
I'm not
happens.
blaming you. I'm
Okay.
blaming.
Yeah.
I'm blaming
Okay,
me.
so, I mean that's fairly recent.
Really? Are you sure you want to expand upon that? Why? Don't blame yourself. Okay, I'm gonna hit play.
But you wouldn't you still considered yourself single in that?
Yeah, there was like no conversation about
Commitment.
exclusivity
Yeah.
until that 6 months when I brought it up. And then he was like, I just don't think I'm comfortable with being exclusive. And I was like, well, what was this whole 6 months of getting to know
All
each
right,
other
so
for?
she picks the
Good
wrong
times.
guys.
What are
Yeah.
you mentioned character?
Yeah, but you know
defect.
what? I bet she's got like 10 dudes in her DMs right now that are like nice guys
Sure,
with good
but
lives. Like,
mostly shitty guys are reaching out to her, and her picker is so bad that she can't see a nice guy. She can't see the signs of a nice guy, because the asshole guys are like in her face more. You know what I mean? Like she needs to like hit rock bottom a few more times before she starts changing the type of guy she chooses.
well, that's what got me on my main weight loss journey was pretty much rock bottom.
Oh,
You know?
rock bottom is great. I recommend
yeah.
it to everyone at least one time in some form or another.
My rock bottom will be this Monday. That is official. I'm calling it my rock bottom day. I'm gonna eat all the burgers, whatever's left over. I'm gonna go get pizza after. I'm eating the cookies.
Oh God! Oh no! I'm gonna have puke buckets ready, so don't feel like you have to hang on to that.
I can't believe I didn't puke on after the member stream. I was good. Like I was fine.
Dude, Fealty, not only did I puke, but I had like crying game puking going on after that member stream. I was like, for some reason, I thought I was trying to be cheeky. I tried to go to bed naked that night, and I had shorts on, I think, but no top, or thong and no top. And I like miraculously washed my face, brushed my teeth, flossed, did my whole nighttime routine. As soon as my head went to hit the pillow, I was like, huh! I had to run to the bathroom, and I was like fucking just puking in a thong. And Frank is like, he comes in, he's like, I know this sounds bad, but like you look kind of hot like that. And I was like, get me a shirt.
See?
And he
Do
wouldn't.
you see
he
though?
wouldn't get me a shirt until I asked like a few more times.
Chrissy, this confirms that's Frank's thing. It was your second date, and then that night after the member
You're
stream.
right. He has a puking fetish.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ew.
Yep.
How untoward.
Yeah.
Ew,
Frank's
I
into the
married someone
pukies.
with a puking fetish. This is not
I want-
good, Fealty.
If Frank's
How
probably
did I not put this
like,
together till
listening.
just now? Ew, I'm not okay. Let's keep playing this. I'm gonna think about this more.
Yeah, you and Frank have a talk about that
what are we
later.
talking about?
God.
Yeah, my character defects.
Well,
are
you know what you gotta do. You just walk up to Frank later and just go, and then look at him and be like, "Did that do
Yeah,
it for you?"
I'm gonna my whispering of sweet nothings into Frank's ears is gonna be like, "Come here, baby." and just the puking when there's nothing in your stomach.
Oh, the dry heaving.
The dry heaving.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't really puke much. Even when I joined a fraternity and was eating nasty things, like I'm not fully a puker. But like when I get drunk though, I puke. But I don't know how. Member stream, I was okay. And I still have this if super chats come in. I don't know. We could change that all tonight. All right, let's hit
Things that
play.
are like my fault and what I do wrong to like have like these toxic, shitty relationships. So yeah, like I said, like I just have a bad habit.
Talk
of,
to
like,
the
wanting
guys
to be
like
loved,
me.
So I like
That's what you're
take
doing
on
wrong.
People that like are serial daters or like me like ignoring those red flags in other people. Yeah, I like basically would just date people that were bad for me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we got that. Let's
also, I
move
think
on.
it's a combination of her. I think is subconsciously choosing guys that are a bad fit for her, so that she doesn't have to get attached and have her heart broken. And I think she's afraid of intimacy. But I think she consciously chooses guys who are not good, who are not going to make it long term. So that way she can just be like, oh my God, no guy wants to commit to me. It's like, bitch, you're choosing guys who don't want to commit.
Yeah. Well, I think for them, it's more fun. It feels more like, like this, like, I think girls have been told, like, a guy is going to do such, like, wondrous things to try and get with you. They're going to go so over the top.
Right.
But then
or
at the
maybe
same time,
she is doing too much. Maybe she is,
I feel
like, meeting them 80%. I don't know. But she's so hot, so she doesn't have to. I don't get it.
She's probably the type of girl who's just going all out for those dudes. Like the type of girl that, like, she's buying him food to bring to his place while she's taking the bus and trains to get there. And he doesn't even pick her up.
Oh, yeah. I had a relationship where I was doing all of the traveling to see them. And it's like, you're an idiot because you don't realize it at the time. I've actually done that in 2 relationships where I did the majority of the traveling to see them. Oh, yeah. It's bad. You can't do that.
I've never had this. I don't know what this feels like to have a girl do all of the traveling to you and stuff.
Well,
I mean,
when the relationship isn't strong, you subconsciously like do more to try to like make up for it. But really, what you should be doing is like pulling away or ending it, because if the person is not putting in 50%, I mean, of course, there's going to be times where it's 60-40, 70-30, but if it's not on average 50-50 at the beginning, like. But as a woman, you're like, oh, I want to make this whole. I want to make this 100%. So then you'll just give more and more and more to make it work, not realizing, oh, I'm doing more and more. And they're doing not very much at all. And then you're a sucker.
Mm-hmm. Well, because girls, they're caring. They want to do, like, nice special things for you and when they care about you, because they're thinking about you throughout the day, and want to show it through, things that, like, are nice for you, that they feel like you enjoy or like or make you happy.
Which is
they want to
great.
Make you happy.
Which is great when you're at an understanding of, like, mutual, we're doing this. But if it's like... Yeah. Girls will sometimes do too much when they're really trying to get it locked down because they're not feeling that effort coming from his side.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, what those girls don't realize is that guy is going to be happy enough with just the sex, and that's pretty much all he wants. Like,
that's what I've learned from this show. Like, if all you think you have to offer is sex, like, and you give that up right away, you've made it so easy for them to just like take it and walk away.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll turn down sex.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it at least twice, Fealty.
I mean,
from hot women.
Yeah, it's stupid things I've done. I mean, one of them I regret. One I
sex you'll
regret.
Turn down, but an eating contest, oh no.
Maybe that's the problem. Like, you come to me like, hey, Fealty, you want to do an eating contest? I just say when. Like, that's my response to that. Like, let's go. Let's do this. Beautiful, stunning, wonderful, hot girl is like, hey. Hey. And I'm just like, huh?
Yeah, you've had girls be like, come join me in the restroom for who knows what. And you're like, and I'm like, you want to eat fucking 10 burgers and a fries and a fucking Happy Meal in 20 minutes and not puke? And you're like, yep, let's do it.
It's because you know what I want? I want to have first date butterflies. I want to have first call butterflies. Like, for me, like, when I, like, if I'm going to talk to a girl, the first call has me, like, I'm doing pacing. I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm going to pick up the phone. We're doing this right now, or we'll do it in 5 seconds. All right, no, let's do it in a minute. Let's think about it. Let's calm down. Like, all right, let's have a shot. Let's do a quick shot.
You want to stress yourself out. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I want to feel nervous because I'm not feeling nervous because of myself or anything like that. I'm feeling nervous because I dig her and, like, I just hope it works out. And also, I mean, really, like, everything's relying on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're sentimental AF. You're like nostalgic. You want to like feel every step, and so when that's thrust upon you, you're like, wait. What about the phone call?
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair too, when it's like 2 a.m, I am like still drunk out of my mind. I'm thinking about a pitch black walk I have to do through a forest with bears around. You know, I'm thinking about that. I'm like, I'm about to go on like.
That's also what makes you like a better than most dudes, because most dudes, if you're like, oh, how would you like this lovely unconscious woman? And they'd be like, yes, don't mind if I do. And you're like, no, let's wait till she comes to. Let's poke her with a stick first. Let's give her a dish of water.
Yeah. And plus too, like if like I want to actually go on a date with that person. I actually want to get to know that person, like, like so it's really like I felt like, that could kind of sully things, but I fear that I have sullied things by not.
Right.
Yeah, so you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. What can you say?
And if you have rum chata, you're going to be damned no matter what.
Yes. Well, no, then you get married. That's what I have to do.
I want to alert the chat and Fealty that I have been told already to shush. I believe a hotel representative came over to me and then did this motion to me.
Really? He gave you the Ross?
He gave me, let's see if I can get the whole. He went like this, and either he was trying to do the Thriller dance or he was telling me to be quiet. He went like this.
Could have been the Backstreet's Back dance too.
Yeah. Or maybe he was just like, oh, I love your head pushing joke. Maybe that's what he was trying to tell me. I'm ignoring him. Guess what? This is a fucking communal atrium. All right. If we can have jackholes watching the soccer game, then I can live stream from
it's not like
atrium.
You're not screaming, you're talking. It's the same thing.
I feel like I've been punctuating with screams. Like I've been scream adjacent. I've definitely been yelling. Because there's something about this headphone setup here. I can't really hear myself.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I'll do this. I'll just take it off my ear a little bit so I can hear myself a little more.
Oh, okay.
It helps.
All right, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Plus, since my headphones light up, this one heats up for some reason. I don't know why. Like after a while,
get hot. Yeah.
Right? Like and I thought this was gonna be breathable since it was like a foam thing. What can we do? All right, let's get back into this.
Let's get into it.
So this area is, they were kind of talking about OnlyFans better than porn and money making and all that stuff at this point, and then it goes into let's just say unpaid labor. Leave it at that.
Yeah. Anybody else want a little? Okay. Anyways, so the question was, because some people who do OF make a lot of money, so. Maybe expecting a guy to be making $50,000 a month might not. That's a very small percentage of men. But let's say he's making enough to like provide for both of you. Would you take it, or what do you?
I would only be worried about divorce. What happens in that instance?
That's
if you're
true.
not set up and you're just left alone, like in the dark, no money, nothing.
That's true. A lot of men are like. I recently saw a TikTok where it was like this wife, and she was like, this husband was like yelling at her for whatever reason, and because she supposedly doesn't do anything, but she stays home and takes care of the kids, cleans, cooks, and does everything. And then her husband is just like all of a sudden saying that he wants a divorce because he like met a younger lady who's like younger, and that's all they want, or more beautiful, whatever. And then the woman is left with the kids. Usually the man tends to like start their own life with their new family, and then they leave the kids, and then like let the woman like fend for herself, basically, you know? And I feel like that happens a lot more often than you really think, where women are just left to like suffer. So
it's also worth pointing out and mentioning that women that are doing all of the household chores and labor, that's actually $10 trillion worth of unpaid labor.
Absolutely. I used to,
What?
Yeah, I used to babysit. And
Wait, hold on. What?
That is a real statistic.
She's like, I did the
Absolutely.
math. I could be making $10 trillion a year. I wiped down the sink. I cleaned the toilet. Where's my $10 trillion? I folded that laundry. I fucking gave your kid an oatmeal. Where's my money? That's really funny. Maybe she means, you know, like every housewife together would be making $10 trillion collectively.
Yeah. All
we could pay off our you're right. We could pay off our national debt.
No, we can't. The national debt is $33 trillion. We couldn't even pay a third of it.
Let's get a few more housewives going.
Yeah, come on, ladies, start getting married. Just not to me, because I don't want to have to pay that at all. I can't.
$1 billion of unpaid labor.
For all women or one woman?
All women.
Okay.
The household labor that they don't get compensated for that they're doing while their men are off at work is worth $10 trillion.
But, I mean, do you think they should be compensated?
She's my new favorite.
Yeah, but, well, no,
Like
that's
how-
not what I'm saying at all.
I love
comparing how
hard.
hard.
Yeah,
Her
she said.
confidence in that number, it made her my new favorite.
Really?
Yes, it is
Okay.
$10 trillion. She's like, it would, you know, a normal person would say, it's like a lot of money. Like that could be a full-time fucking maid gig. But she said, no, it's $10 trillion.
I mean, I just wonder what's her dollar per hour that she's factoring in with.
Well,
that,
do 10 trillion divided by the number of hours in the day. Let's say the average housewife does, I would say, 9 hours of housework. Divide that by how many women are in the fucking world. There you go.
Or something billion.
Also, I understand this is a young woman's thing, getting upset about having to fucking pick up the house. I fought with myself for years. Like even when I first met Frank, fought with myself. Oh, why isn't he picking up his socks? Why isn't he wiping down the sink? Why isn't he cleaning the toilet? Why doesn't he know when to do laundry and change the sheets? Because he's a fucking straight man. Okay.
Yeah.
If I want somebody who picked up their socks, then guess what? Marry a gay. Okay. And as a woman, you get to a place where you're like, oh, for your own quality of life, you have to be the one who picks up and cleans. Because guess what? It makes you feel better too. You feel better about the space that you're living in. And I realized for all the time I spent bitching about either hiring a maid or wishing my significant other would pick up more. In all that time, I could have just done it, okay? And then moved on to the next thing. You as a woman have to just come to terms with the fact that you will be doing the majority of cooking, cleaning, picking up, decluttering, Marie Kondoing, all the, unless you want to fucking have a gay roommate or live with all women, then you can divvy up everything perfectly. But guess what? In the middle of the night, one of your roommates is going to eat your fucking cereal. And then that's going to be a whole debacle. So suck it up. Do the cleaning. That's just the deal. It's either that or live in squalor. Don't do this whole, well, I should be paid this much for cleaning up. It's like, no, bitch. Like, nobody wants to live in squalor. I think the person who notices and complains about cleanliness should be the person to do the cleaning. And since men typically don't, there's something wrong with your brains where you don't notice when things are dirty. And that's what makes you men. That's what makes you better at other things. But women notice that shit. So that is why women should be the ones doing that shit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, every household is different. But for me, I realized, oh, if I'm annoyed by this and it makes me feel better to just have it done, I'm just going to do it.
I mean, my last relationship, we lived together for like 2 years here, and I just always did everything together. So like, if it was a matter of cleaning up and stuff, the downside, she was messy. So she didn't really care about the cleaning. And I still remember the first time she washed dishes in the kitchen here, she like used a drop of soap on the sponge, just a drop, and I was like, I'm gonna wash the dishes. I was like, let me do that. You know, you dry the dishes.
Was she pretending to act retarded so that she wouldn't have to do it again?
No, she just she was Chinese, so like her mom did.
What?
Like,
A Chinese woman who can't clean? That's unheard of.
The Chinese people are messy.
I don't believe it.
People think Chinese people are. No offense, China.
Were her nails at least on point?
Her nails were good, yeah.
Would she at least do the dry cleaning? Okay. Okay, I did that already. We did that already.
I was like, I'm not ready to do another
insight.
shot.
She tricks men into buying self-help packages. Yes.
Yeah, we got that one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's hit play.
Anyway, whatever. What's easier, to fucking convince somebody to clean more and be like, is that an act, or just to do it? I don't know. I'm more just like, stop complaining, just do things.
I like doing things together. Like all these years of not being in a relationship, the one thing I miss the most is having someone to do stuff with. And I don't mean sex, like having someone to go apple picking with, to clean, do dishes, like
companionship.
You know? Yeah, like your person. Like I wouldn't have a problem if I am messy. I have to clean so much. I have like a sink full of dishes right now. I don't have the time. But like if I had someone here with me, I'd be let's wash dishes. Let's cook.
Also, if you live by yourself, there's less motivation to keep your shit on point.
Oh yeah. I live alone, so it is like it's like, who am I impressing? What does it matter? Like I went through like all my old outfits.
You're like,
stuff.
let me just clean enough so that the roaches don't come, and that's really it.
Well, I don't leave food things out and stuff like that. Like a sink of dishes, but I rinse the dishes so there's no food on it. Oh yeah, that's
not a big deal.
Yeah, we knock on wood. Never been a problem here. You know, I don't live in an apartment building, luckily, so you know. Then you're dealing with rats.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I've had
Knock on wood. Knock on all the woods. My monitor is being held up by Amazon boxes, so that counts as wood. Okay. I'm gonna hit play.
Their labor is compared to like if it were to be,
because a lot of men that end up calling themselves the breadwinner, and they come home and they say, well, you're not doing anything. Like I go out and I work all day while she's taking care of the home. Like that's still labor.
Taking
whether or
care
not
of
she's being
children
compensated.
is super difficult. I've worked with children.
I don't know. Have you ever been in a coal mine?
In a coal mine? Okay, most guys aren't really in coal mines.
Yeah, there's still dudes in coal mines, but
a lot of them though.
But okay,
I would love to get a coal miner on the whatever podcast.
Just a sec. So in your example, you're saying
covered in
the guy who's the sole breadwinner, he's working 9 to.
Covered in soot with his coal miner cough. You know,
literally dying of bronchitis. Yes, they need a coal miner on this show.
Yeah, or like one of the fisher guys, the crab fishermen from like Deadliest Catch or something.
Yes, we need an Alaskan fisherman, or like a big cat trainer, something. We need a high wire. You know, I don't know.
Oh, like the guys who build the tall buildings.
Yeah.
Or the guys who do the windmill things. They go on the big windmill things, you know. And those things are like crazy tall. Yeah, just basically bring a guy who works on the show.
Oh. True. And I appreciate the point here from Tim. If the guy is working all day, he's not making the messes. And I think, it's just, if you're doing just daily upkeep, weekly upkeep, then nothing's going to get out of control.
Well, my mom, like, she did this thing where it's like, it'd be like once a month, it was time to dust the whole house, clean up, take down all like the curtains and stuff, wash them and everything. And my brother and I would always know when that day was because my mom, she would put on music. The second you started hearing like, you are the wind beneath my wings.
That's batten down the hatches.
We would run.
Time. Yeah.
We were like, no. Once you fly, that Bette Midler song, like, it was like, oh no, we're cleaning the house today.
She is trying to psych herself up to do some shit she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
Cleaning music is essential. Yeah. My sister-in-law puts on, she starts blasting like fucking bachata. And I'm like, oh God. Then I know the vacuum is going to start making noise.
Oh, Crystal's cool. All right, head and play.
5. He's working 40, 50 hours a week. And then the woman, she's stay-at-home mom. Is that kind of the framework that you're, because wouldn't it make sense that if he's out working and she's the homemaker, that she would be homemaking? Doesn't that make
no, I'm not saying that that shouldn't be some sort of dynamic. But what I'm saying is that when the
cut off again, sorry.
Hell.
Is that this one?
No, they're talking about her because she has a hell tattoo.
Where?
In heaven.
Hidden?
3041, okay.
where a
Division of labor.
There we go.
Housework thing.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that a traditional relationship where a man is doing the gender role of going out and being a breadwinner and the woman staying home and homemaking and taking care of children. I'm not saying that shouldn't be a dynamic, but I'm saying that it's wrong when the husband comes home and says, "Well, you're not doing X, Y, and Z." What your wife is doing
what
when
if
she's
the
homemaking
house
is
is a
still
fucking
labor.
mess?
Whether
But what,
Yeah,
what if
right?
she's truly doing nothing? What if the house is a mess and the kids are fucking dirty? Then you can complain if that's your deal.
Well, I mean, I think in that scenario, though, like, isn't it some, like, wouldn't they have had a conversation before this scenario comes into play?
Of course.
You know? She
They're
probably
making
had a
these
job
arguments.
before.
These women are all arguing on hypotheticals because they just don't want to do shit because that has been glamorized to them through social media and all of culture. Like, women have been taught to, like, there is even a woman, and I forget her name, but her catchphrase is sprinkle, sprinkle, and she's hilarious. She's this black woman, I forget her name, and she's all about, like, if you want me to bring something to the table, guess what? Go to Olive Garden, go find a waitress, and she'll bring something to the table because I'm not going to bring anything to the table. And she's fucking funny, like, comedically on point, but she's giving bad advice to women. She's glamorizing laziness.
Yeah, to me, it just none of this part made sense when I first saw it, because it was just like, you know, I've done things for no pay before, like over the years. You do stuff for like no pay, so it's like to say like just because she's home working, well, no, just because she's home doing things. I don't want to say working, but like that's her part of the deal. He goes out, he's making the money, you're taking care of the house, like. If someone told me, like, hey, would you love to just stay home all day? Just make sure it's clean. I'd be like, heck yeah. Oh, you're going to bring me money and gifts every now and then and make sure I have clothes?
Yeah, of course.
And food and stuff? Like, I will cook for that person. You know? I will have a great meal ready when that person comes home. The place will be spick and span, you know? Like, I don't get it. And I wouldn't be like, oh, I want money and stuff. Like, it's just so stupid.
Fealty, that's what you need to be as a housewife.
I would be a great housewife. You kidding me? I could cook up chicken parm, bake ziti,
you'd be a
all
great
the Italian
husband.
food.
That's what you need. You need a girl boss because you would be the perfect counterpart.
I don't know if it will work, though, because I do have a rule of... It's something I've been mulling over, but I
girl
think that...
bosses?
No, like, I think that if I ever get married, I want to have a prenup where if we decide to break up, everything that was mine before the wedding or marriage and everything that was hers goes separate ways. You know?
Okay.
Because
you're afraid of a gold digger.
Yeah. And not that I'm rich or anything, but I have assets, I have investments, I have things that in no way, shape, or form will anyone take from me. You know, like, I don't care. I don't care if it was a happy marriage for 10 years, 20 years, what I've gone through for my assets and the stress and the work and the sleepless nights and everything. No one's getting that, you know? So it's like, I don't know, you know? So I don't think I can marry someone who's going to be a stay-at-home wife. But I'll be a stay-at-home husband, though, you know, because I've taken care of myself. I'm hitting play.
Whether or not she's being compensated. So to hold money over her head and act like she's not doing anything while she's sitting at home, raising your family, cooking your meals, cleaning your house, organizing everything, keeping your schedule on track, that's still labor.
Absolutely.
And I believe it was the Bureau of Labor Statistics that said that women's unpaid work in a household is worth $10 trillion. Internationally.
Hold on, I got to think.
That's what we have to blame for the
internationally. Like all of the women in the world that are homemaking and are doing household chores and keeping schedules together and raising families and cooking and cleaning and doing all of that, that's labor that's unpaid. And they said the unpaid amount of money is $10 trillion. So what I'm saying is that it's...
Yeah, but you know what? Like,
no, this is me. Like our value, because women were doing that much work and more decades ago, but there wasn't this level of complaining about it, which tells me that like there's not. Why did our moms and grandmoms do this and not complain about it? Because they got, I think, a lot more satisfaction and value and meaning from it. And the women right now, or clearly this woman, there's not as much satisfaction from raising a family anymore. It's just like it's not fulfilling. It doesn't sound like it's, or is it that the women that are more outspoken are not as fulfilled by it? I don't know. I don't know if it's just like a noisy minority, but were we hearing this amount of complaints from like boomers and our grandparents' generation? What is that? Not the silent. Is it the silent generation or the greatest generation?
They were the greatest. I think the silent was after.
My grandmother never complained. My mom, if any, no, she didn't really complain. She just didn't really do a ton. She wasn't big on cooking or big on cleaning. She would just do some cooking, sort of cleaning. But now there's this like, there seems to be less fulfillment from it.
Well, I think it's because girls, I think with the internet right now, girls have so many options. It must be dizzying. You know, guys, we don't really have many options per se. I mean, people say like, "Oh, it is worse." It is a little bit tougher. I mean, on the dating apps, I logged in the other day just to check it out since it's been years, and what I've seen is it's a nightmare. You know, and the things they're asking of is just like, it's crazy.
Yeah, Courtney, this is what I was saying before. Like, you're doing things that you directly benefit from. Like, you're not cleaning your house just for your husband or just for your kids. It's like you feel better in a space that's decluttered, that is calmer, and the resentment just from having to pick up, I don't understand it.
Yeah, but I think it's really just because girls these days especially have been kind of trained to not be wives. And also to not look at reality. It's like they
put so much of their efforts. They don't mind putting an effort and hours into their hair and makeup and looks and shopping and figuring out their look and how they look the best and posing and photos and Instagram and filters and editing photos and Facetune. That they'll happily put hours of labor into, but there hasn't been the same of like, you put hours of labor into your home, into cooking, cleaning, whatever. It's just our values have shifted.
Well, it's also it's a way to it devalues the man too, or woman. It devalues whoever's going out to work, because that person's going out, they're doing something they probably don't enjoy just to make money so that they can afford the mouths at home that are going to now just besmirch them when they get back home because of all the unpaid work that they're getting done every day at home, and how does that make the guy feel? It's like, golly, I can't imagine like, doing all that work and then you come home and someone's like, "Oh, well, you don't appreciate everything I did." Like, do you know what I just did today?
But think about the average woman who goes to college, then gets a whatever job as an assistant or whatever they're making, whatever their entry level salary is. And they know that like amount of hours equals a certain amount of salary, whether they're good at their job or not. Like they have a 9 to 5, they put in 40 hours, they're getting a certain amount of salary. So I understand from their perspective, the idea of giving that up to make no money. It's like you're taking a huge risk on that guy. That's why that woman brought up earlier, like, well, if I'm divorced, I'm fucked and I'm left with nothing, because it looks bad on a resume to have a gap, like a job gap. Like, oh, what were you doing this 5 years? Oh, I was being a stay-at-home mom. Well, guess what? Now you're fucked, sort of, for trying to get a job if you've had that gap in employment. So that's why I understand her point. There's a very much a lack of trust between the sexes, because like I think women are really afraid to like put their all into a man and be like, I fully trust you for the income of this house and I got you on the other stuff. And there's mega trust issues, and that's why you have women going, but I'm doing all this work at home and I don't get like money. They're worried about like, okay, when you worked 40 hours, you knew what money you were taking home. You knew what you could spend on your own shit, on rent, on utilities, and you knew what you had left over for like shopping and fun. And if you give that up to be a stay-at-home mom, well, then you're like, fuck, like Do I now need an allowance from my husband to go shopping and have fun? Do I now have to ask for this money that I was used to making on my own? Like I do understand that part of it.
Well, that's reasonable, though. See, like, that's a reasonable statement. Not getting paid for the work you do, but having money for you to live your life. Like, I think, like, I don't like the word allowance because it's, like, allowing you to do, but it's just the shared funds of the family. Like, all right, here's our allocation of, like, we could spend this, like, extra money. Like, even, like, you mentioned once when you realized how much money your parents had when you were a kid and how they wouldn't buy you anything. It was kind of like, oh, you could have swung that. Like, you could have bought that, like, toy or something.
But maybe they couldn't. Like, they were pretty fucking poor. Like, I always yell at Frank at this all the time. He'll talk about fucking Nickelodeon and Double Dare and all these shows he watched growing up. I'm like, bitch, I did not have cable. You know what I mean? Like, all these shows, like, people take for granted. I'm just like, no, sorry. Like, it wasn't until we started. I don't know if we stole cable or someone crossed
cable.
Someone crossed a wire, and we all of a sudden, all I knew was one day we could watch Sex in the City, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Wow, so that was late. That was like into the the mid 90s.
So I had no cable in my life till Sex in the City. So anyway, my parents were pretty poor. So and so people like, you know, but whatever. We probably buy too much shit now anyway. I'm sure I'm buying too much shit. I'm buying fucking costumes. I bought a pink dress just to see the Barbie movie. I didn't need to do that.
You did though.
I did though. I'm a content creator. I had to.
Yes, you need costumes. I
had to get the whole look. Yeah,
it worked out. I mean, Keanu, she got a wig. Kate just, showed up as herself, which is always great.
She's just perfect as is.
But she has short notice, though.
Right.
So.
Because Zia bailed. No shade on Zia. She lives in Jersey, like deep Jersey. It's fine.
And she's Zia, She's too warm-hearted and awesome to ever be mad at.
Oh, I could never be mad at Zia. She's my girl. I love her.
But yeah, speaking of free cable, I still have my AB switcher from back in the illegal cable days.
Oh,
it was great. I was so mad. In high school, I found out the code to unlock all the porn channels. It was FPC enter on the remote control, and it would unlock all of the porn. And I found out 2 days before we got DirecTV. I was so mad. It was 2 days of the most porn ever to be watched, though. It was wild.
It's what you said before, Fealty, that women are not really being trained to be wives or mothers. It's like your training is like how to be as hot as possible and how to make yourself look as good as possible on social media, because that's all your return is in the form of validation, likes, DMs.
You've said it so many times, like, girls are like emotional in a way. So imagine if you're a being of emotional means, let's say, or thinking, like, you can't help it. Your brain and the chemicals, like the emotions kind of are driving a lot of who you are, what you do, and everything. And now you have the internet where you could post pictures of yourself and you're going to have 100 freaking people be like, wow, you're hot. Then you're going to have all these different people sliding into the DMs like, yo, I think you're awesome. What's going on? And, it doesn't take much for, that one dude who is taller, looks good, to get in there and be saying things, and her to think like, well, maybe that's a person I should be with. Like, he is pretty awesome. He does have a really nice job in the coal mines, which has a lot of benefits.
He's covered in soot, but I can work with that.
Yeah, I will clean him as he's naked. Like, so it's understandable that this day and age you have this scenario where girls don't want to be the partner because there's another partner over there and there's another one over there. And, same for guys too, in a way. Guys could have the roving eye and seeing all these hot girls and then try and slide in their DMs, and then one of them's kind of down, and then he cheats or something. But, like, it just, all in all, the internet of today is not what it should have been.
Our mothers, fathers, and grandparents cheating was not a deal breaker. It was not a marriage ender like it is today. like everyone was cheating on everybody. Everyone was constantly fucking around, but it wasn't ending marriages like it is today. That's another part of it.
No. All right, maybe we should. Oh, let's get the super chats before we go on.
Okay. Mac, thank you for the super chat. I was a gladiator. Her argument doesn't even make sense. Homemaking is a service that only benefits you. You can't be paid for a service that you provide to yourself. Exactly. It's like everyone should be keeping their own space clean. And ideally, a man should be doing that for himself before he moves in with a woman. But that's not always the case. Some men move right from their mom's house to their girlfriend's house. But ideally, yes, you want to be able to doing that for yourself, like in college, at your first apartment, what have you.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes a dude might be living in his mom's house, but his mom also might be living in another house somewhere else.
Right.
You know?
And some people have to move their parents in. Some people, you know, have to fucking take care of their parents.
Or maybe you taking over the bills for them because maybe they're not in the greatest of health. You know, the house is going to be there anyway. So why are you going to go live in an apartment with the rats and the cockroaches in New York? You know, when it's
the first mouse that I captured that was stuck to a glue trap, it was still alive and still squeaking. And I heard squeaking, and I got down on my hands and knees and I pulled it out from under the oven, and I cried as I watched the rat. It was a mouse. As I walked the mouse stuck to the glue trap, I walked it over to the fucking trash chute, and I cried. I shed a tear for that mouse, and I heard him go all the way down the trash chute, and then a thud, and I cried myself to sleep that night. But guess what? The next mouse after that, the third, fourth, fifth mouse, you know, you stop crying at that point, and you're just like, goddamn things out of my house. You lose sympathy quickly.
Well, they carry the bubonic plague, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of death, but
oh, of course I left it alive. What was I gonna do? Fucking put a boot to its head? I'm not an animal.
I killed one rat.
I hate
in my
glue
life.
traps. I should have just gotten the traps.
No, glue traps are so inhumane.
Oh, like what? Now you have a glue trap stuck to your back. Yeah, now what are you gonna do?
They actually die from hypothermia from the glue traps, unless they literally can rip their feet off to try and get off of the glue trap.
Or their little it was stuck to his little back. It was the saddest thing ever.
But yeah,
I should have just cut the fucking glue trap off him and been like, all right, you're free. Now try again.
Or just fully encased it in it like a psychopath.
I'm exaggerating for humor's sake. No, I was genuinely sad for each mouse we caught. I'm just trying to be funny.
Yeah, I couldn't hurt a mouse because they remind me of my guinea pig Nibbles. She was the cutest. She was adorable. Well, she has a very she had like a snout, like a more of like a pointy face for a guinea pig.
Aww.
So it was kind of mouse-esque, you know, the little floppy ears and stuff. She was adorable. Okay, I'm gonna hit play.
Yeah. It's not right for a man to come home and be like, you're not doing X, Y, and Z. And that's what we're saying. We're saying, give up your OnlyFans, be a homemaker. And you could potentially end up in a divorce situation where he goes, oh, well, you're not doing anything, leaves and takes all the money with you while you've created a home and done what he had done what he wanted you to do, and basically deems the work that you've done worthless.
Yeah, but if your husband
But that's what you pointed out, you know, it makes sense.
Oh, no.
If your husband is working a 9-to-5 job and you are...
Is it coming in choppy for you guys?
It's not choppy for me.
Oh, it's choppy for me.
That is not good.
Okay, maybe it's just me.
Let us know, chat. I'm gonna hit play.
Maybe it's the fucking. Maybe it's the Embassy Suites Wi-Fi.
It could be. You're coming through clear for me though. Waiting for the chat. Anybody in the chat? Let us know if the video was playing fine or not. Is very similar to Jeffrey Dahmer. What? Michael Gavinelli is not Jeffrey Dahmer.
Michael Gavinelli. Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
I tried to diffuse that. Seems fine. Yeah, Rad says it's fine. So is it still choppy for you? I'll hit play.
You are pulling your half of the bargain or pulling your weight by...
It's good now? Okay, maybe it was just a little internet.
Taking care of the home.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't. Why are you viewing it from a lens of it being unpaid? Of course, it's unpaid.
I think you're
I mean,
really
that's
missing the point.
self-evident.
Thank you. Yeah, you're really missing the point, Brian.
Well, explain. What am I?
First,
missing?
I wanted to say that. Okay, never mind. I don't want to say this right now because I backtracked myself a little bit. But you are missing the point.
She should have said what I said.
Really
that these
focused on
women
saying like, oh,
she should have said what I said. That these women go from having a salary job where they know what kind of money they're getting from what kind of work to doing work and then getting no money, and then they don't know what to do with that. They don't know, like, it's not really common practice. Like, it's not really a conversation worked out. Like, you will get this much spending money. Like, they just don't want to be in a situation where, like, they honestly can't go fucking shopping when they want or go out to lunch when they want. They don't want to be in a situation where they're asking for an allowance.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a regular job, that's you know what you're taking in, and you don't have to ask anybody for money. I think it's ultimately comes down to like a lack of trust and a lack of like shit. Like, how are we gonna work out? Like how much money I can have to do with whatever I'd like.
Yeah, and that's the one angle they didn't really tackle. Like,
Yeah.
they did mention, like, you know, what's going to happen, like, when you get divorced and then she's kind of screwed and stuff. And, you know, that's where the divorce courts come in, which really are terrible for guys. And really terrible for kids. If you look into the stats, like, the parent that gets the kid is usually the worse off parent. It will be the person with the less money and the worst scenario, and they're the ones that get the kid, you know?
Right. I wish these women had talked about why is the money important to them? Why is getting that money important? Not because they're worried in this hypothetical situation that they won't have rent paid and a roof over their head. That's clearly would be taken care of in this hypothetical situation by the man. But it's like, what else do you need money for as a millennial Gen Z woman with a college education living in 2023?
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I mean, that's something that would have to be figured out. Because even with my scenario that I said, where it was like, if we were to break up and get divorced, like, what was mine from before is mine, and what's yours is yours. Like,
I know I already said this, but like, it is so scary because if you give all that up to be a stay-at-home mom, then you do have that resume gap. You have that gap in employment that will fuck you if you have to get back into the job market because you're less attractive than someone who's been steadily working the whole time.
yeah, but at the same time, too, though, isn't it fair to say, like, all right, so let's flip this around. All right, let's do a little. I'm going to use my philosophy degree here for all it's worth. Okay, let's flip it around and say the roles were reversed. That it's not a stay-at-home dad, but it's a dad who's at home taking care of the things and doing all that stuff. Yeah, he's going to have that gap in a resume, but as a dude, what I would say to that dude would be like, you know, you don't need all 9 hours of that day just to be taking care of the house. Like, come on, it doesn't take 9 hours to do that. Take the rest of that time, do some online classes, maybe get a degree, do something
sell soap. Be like that other girl.
Yeah, it doesn't mean like, okay, just because you're a housewife, now you can't do anything.
Right.
Sell Avon to all the other housewives in the neighborhood. Like,
Start a stupid YouTube channel. Look at me. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, on the one hand, it's like, yeah, okay, you could be screwed decades down the line. You get divorced or something, I don't know, or even 2 years down the line.
You can do a side hustle. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that's absolutely ludicrous to at least say. Like, you know, if it was a dude, literally people would say, dude, come on, try harder, do something better.
You can always sell feet pics. You can always sell your panties and socks.
Yeah, you wear them as you dust and clean the house. Call them mom panties.
Right.
You know? And this is, all right, so I skipped us ahead a little bit here. This is where it kind of kicks off a little bit between some of them. They're still talking about, like, men leaving and divorce at this point, but it gets a little bit spicy here.
Entirely entitled to leave. But how are you supposed to leave when you're being financially abused and have no source of income?
Exactly. We've been trying to make this point over and over, and you guys
the question.
It's right missing it.
That's what I was saying. This whole time I'm like,
wait.
how does it relate to the question though? Divorce was not included in that question originally. We went.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going. But hold on, what's you mentioned financial abuse. What do you mean?
Well, financial abuse is basically what we were describing, where you give up your entire career for a man in a relationship, a partnership, and then they hold the money over your head. You get X amount of money to do X, Y, Z, and it's, oh, well, I go out and I make all of the money. You only have access to X, Y, and Z, and that's what I choose that you have access to after you give up your career. And then if you choose to leave that man, you are left with, depending on how long you've been with them, no experience in the job field. You've given up your only source of income. If you had signed a prenup, there's no alimony, there's no child support, there's no nothing. And then how are you supposed to leave that relationship?
Well, it was your choice to agree to those terms.
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Well, prenups, you can define the terms, right?
Yeah, can you guys stop yelling at me? I was going to say, it was your choice to give up those freedoms in the first place because you were dependent on that man in the first place. You said, okay, you could be the breadwinner of this household. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with homemaking. I'm fine with all of that. But there's always that risk that comes with that. And if you...
Hey, can we just point out really quick, you know, when you get married, there's something you say, and it's called "till death do us part."
But
you know,
that's just something you say.
Yeah, that's just one of those throwaway things from the wedding day.
You're just doing it for the gram.
Yeah, it's just like that part is like, I can understand, let's say the guy is terrible, but none of them are saying like he's terrible. Like she tries to try and say financial abuse, but she's not saying abuse.
Yeah. It's so easy to hate on these women, and it's so easy to be like, financial abuse, what are you fucking talking about? But what's behind everything these women is saying is fear. They're so afraid of being fucked over. Who knows if their parents are divorced? Who knows if... But in 2023, marriage is by no means a forever commitment, even though it's literally in the fucking vows. It's in the words.
Not in your case. Not in
me. Not in me. I waited till I was an old broad, till I was really sure. But
anytime you feel like you're losing, Frank, just throw up.
Well, now I know his kink. But I think if you're and I would, not that there's any MGTOW people listening to any show I ever do, but what I know for a fact, what is behind what these women are saying, if it sounds ridiculous or gold digging or it's because they're fucking mortified. They're petrified of being fucked over and penniless and screwed. Like, it's not that they are gold digging. It's like women now, you're kind of, whether it's by your mom or by culture, you're raised to be incredibly defensive, incredibly prepared for the worst case scenario, untrusting of men. You're like not going to just throw caution to the wind, not your financial caution to the wind, especially because we're all kind of raised to get that college degree so you can get a job. And it's like, okay, now we have the degree, now we have the job. Oh, wait, but now we have to give it up for a man? That's so scary. These women are so scared of that, of something which in our mothers' and grandmothers' generation was like, oh, of course, this is just what you do because marriage was more of a solid commitment, where now it's like, no, you really could be left for a younger model. By model, I mean like a younger woman. So their fears are not completely unfounded.
No, you're right on that. But at the same time, too, it's, guys are scared too, because guys. And that's
the healthier conversation, is men and women talking about what they're scared of instead of getting like at each other's throats. We would do a lot better.
I'm terrified. Yeah, I'm terrified of it. Like I will be honest. Like that's why I even said about the whole prenup thing. Like I am terrified of it. Like what I've experienced from girls and the things they've done to me over the years. I am terrified of getting married. What I went through to have what I have at this point, which isn't much, is kind of like, I don't want to get married and then get divorced, and now she takes half of all this that I've earned over all these years, and then I'm not MGTOW though, I don't like them, but she takes half of all I've earned, really, like, I can't stress enough, like, the assets I have, like, the stress and the work and just, if for someone to take half of that, like, for what, you married me? No. Heck no. Like, I will remember my 24-word seed phrases, and no one's getting one coin. So it's like, it's stressful. And especially in states like New York, I will have half my assets taken. If we did get assets like a home and stuff, I will lose the home. And all she's going to have to do, like when my parents got divorced, my mom got the house and my dad just got screw all, you know? Like he got rooked. The guy who lives behind me right now, he's gonna divorce, and they just put like $200,000 into their home that he earned. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's a stay-at-home mom. They put $200,000 into the house. Just got it all fixed up through the whole pandemic and everything, you know. And pandemic's done. All that's done. Housework is done. They're living in the house, and the wife's like, "I want a divorce." The dude hasn't slept one night in the house. He paid $200,000 to fix. Not one night has he slept in the house, you know. So he literally, like, when we talk about having someone left behind and like screwed out of everything, he got screwed out of $200,000. That's not going to count towards the divorce now, because $200,000 doesn't technically go into the value of the house. He didn't just raise the value of the house by $200,000 with all that work they did, you know. So that's not getting split up in the divorce. So he's at $200,000, doesn't even sleep in the house, and screwed. Like, you know, it's not right in any direction. It's
not. I love this.
And it's done on purpose.
From John.
Yeah.
Boomer women didn't go to college or even consider getting professional skills. This is correct. My mom just went to secretarial school. She didn't even get a job until I was in first grade. Okay. My dad was a landscaper. He made 20 or 30 grand, and there were fucking 3 kids. I don't know what they were thinking, but this just speaks to the confidence of boomers. They bought a fucking house on that salary. And then finally they were like, we have 3 kids. Bitch, you need to go to work.
Well,
anyway.
It was inflation. Back then, you could afford a house and everything on a
You just needed $10 and you could buy a house. These girls at least had jobs. They probably went to college. They were much better off than other generations. But divorce is so high, they don't trust their own marriage. And of course, OPC here says Fealty is worth he'll have to tear his bandana in half.
They're gonna take my bandanas, people. They're gonna take all of my bandanas.
I won't be able to put it around my head anymore.
I will put all my bandanas in my butt. No one's getting my bandanas.
Oh God, that's so
I don't
funny.
even care.
It's the fucking culture. Like, it's so easy to hate these women on the whatever podcast, but when you break it down, because I was here not that long ago, when you break it down, you have a little bit of grace for where they're at in their hearts and minds. It's just fear, and men are afraid too. But there's there's always chicks on this show, so it's easier to focus on the chicks.
True. Yeah, he doesn't have a dude often. I hit play.
Want to avoid that risk, then you're entitled to do your own thing.
We're just saying it happens. We're not saying that we're gonna do that. We're just, I know what happens. Like you understand it. Like you've gone so far left that you've like made a 180.
Have I gone so far left that I made a 180?
Yeah, like or whatever whichever direction you're going, girl. Whichever direction you're going, like you literally like explained exactly what we were trying to get at.
I mean,
They'll take the T. Chrissy, after the divorce, they'll take the TY from my name.
Oh no! Take the field part.
No.
Would you rather be the feel or the T?
I would get rid of the T. I want to keep the feels.
Be the feel.
Honest. It's your decision to give up.
Well, here's the thing. I just learned
decision
recently
to
that
leave,
prenups, you can actually set your own conditions. So I think it should come down to the terms of a relationship, right? So if a man says, hey, I want to have a tradcom relationship, I want you to stay at home and raise the children, then it is the onus of responsibility is on you as that wife and as the future mother to be able to say, put these terms in the prenup to where if I leave you, for sure, that's on me. But hey, if you decide to leave me and I have no accolades, no resume, nothing, and I'm forced to go out in the workforce, then I'm protected. You can actually set prenups to be in alignment with whatever conditions the couple decides. So it should be up to the individual couple at the end of the day. And people should go.
All right, so how about this idea? You get a divorce, and for 1 year, the guy pays your bills and everything if that's your scenario. But after that year, that's it, you're done. Like, you have to make a life for yourself.
So you have a year to get hired in a job where you've gone, say, 5-10 years with no job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have a year to figure something out. Oh, I mean, that's better than nothing. I've never been in that position, so I don't know how long it would take you to get a job after being out for that long. But
well, you have to look at it from the current
that
scenario.
Could possibly be a good situation.
Well, the current scenario is the guy would have to pay 17% of what he makes every month to the wife, and that's for child support. That's also for her. On top of her just taking a flat 50% of everything that is owned by the couple. So, like, right now, like, they're talking about she's going to be left in the dry, but they're not talking about the current scenario. She's not left in the dry. She's getting 50% of all the assets, money, everything, on top of she's getting 17% of his salary. And that's not counting if there is other, like, allotments for different things, you know, like quality of life and everything, depending on how much he makes.
17 is also the standard for child support. So,
Yeah.
So you're basically getting the same as child support for alimony. I don't even know what the alimony percentage
Well, no, I
is.
wasn't counting in the alimony. It's 17 for child support, and then whatever allotments are made. You know, it's crazy. On top of 50%. So it's like when they're saying this, oh, she's got no job, she's got nothing. Well, did you have a house? Okay, you got $300,000. What, you kidding me? Like, oh, you're so screwed. Like, I could turn $300,000 into a lot. You know, they're not screwed. No, you know, it's
a bad deal for everyone involved.
Yeah, it sucks. And
plus,
then
if somebody cheated, then you've got hurt in the mix there. From the kids, yeah,
they're not saying that too. They're not pointing out what if she cheated. You know, well, yeah, then you should be screwed. Like, you know, all right, let's see what
everyone should just be a swinger. Just be a swinger. Have no feelings. Don't get jealous. That's the way to go.
I try not to get jealous. I'm a little bit of I'm a worry wart kind of. I'm definitely the kind of guy who definitely needs to feel kind of like, all right, my place is I'm good. Like, I'm in a good place. Like, I need reminders of that. But I'm here
and educate themselves. If they don't, that is on them.
Okay, but the thing is with that most women are getting told, like, okay, like, we'll be the provider, you stay home, you do this, you do X, Y, and Z, and then they're getting screwed over. Like, most women won't leave the relationship because they know they are being financially provided for. So in that case, most women won't leave. They won't leave because they know that they are screwed.
You're the one who agreed to the tradcon lifestyle in the first place.
And again, define those terms.
When did I just say that?
If you're going into a marriage and the husband wants a prenup, which would then dispose you to that position in the first place, then be a contributor to set the terms. Where if he is saying, I want you to stay at home and only serve me,
all right,
then
so
there
I'll
should
do
be
that
some
when I get married.
allowance.
I'll do that when I get
Well,
married.
then there should be some allowance where he says, okay, then legally there will be a contract to where if I leave you for whatever reason, then you will be taken care of.
Well, what if it's
I'll
not
do
a
that when I
marriage?
get married.
What if it's just a relationship
Thanks
and
for
there's
the
no
advice.
prenup involved?
Well, if you're just, I mean,
like there's no
so,
legal document.
well, there's common law, right? There is common law actually that I don't know how it is actually in America, so maybe someone could clarify for me if you guys know.
depends on
But
the
in
state.
Australia, when you've been living with someone for 2 years, you're in a de facto relationship, and most of the same things pertain as what is an actual legal marriage.
I think it's 10 years in the US. All right, he goes into super chats there, and it's gonna kick up.
It's almost like the nautical boob hole girl said, "Oh, if you live with someone for 2 years, it's like you're married, and then you can get half their shit." I'm like, damn, Australia.
Well, in New York, I think it's 8 or 10 years if you're like fully living together. You are common law married, technically. They do that so that people can't just skip out on like the taxes and different financial things. Because if you're in a relationship now, you're paying a different tax bracket because you married. So if you're living together for 10 years and you're like, yeah, we don't want to pay the extra taxes, we're going to claim single, on our taxes. Yeah, eventually it's like they're like, no. 10 years? You telling me you're not married? Like,
what are you, lesbians? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this part here, it's about men. I try and keep it all on like a linear kind of storyline. So it's kind of more on men.
Also emotionally abusive and manipulative. So it
How
falls under the same
common is that though? It feels like you're
Pretty
just
common.
like,
Pretty common. I
Ryan.
actually had a girlfriend recently where she met a guy and he told her, quit your job, move in with me, like within 24 or 48 hours. And she didn't have an OnlyFans. She worked in nightlife, but she was like a hostess. Perfectly respectable, like normal job in my opinion. She's my age.
And she did it, and then some stuff happened to him personally, and he wasn't in as great of a situation anymore within like a month, and now she's pretty much screwed, and it's been like a huge stress in her life. So I'm just saying you can't
hard to get a hostess
assume
job
everything's going to be.
I
mean, hostess job you get because you're hot. Just be hot. You can get a hostess job. You don't need school for that. So I don't accept that. Like, oh, she's screwed. Like she can't unless she put on 30 pounds. She could probably get another hostess job. Pick
maybe.
right up where she left off.
I guess it depends on the restaurant, though. Some places I think
Unless
like the bigger girls.
she was eating hostess cupcakes, and now she can't fit into her old black pants anymore.
Yeah, she's no longer a hot cake.
Yeah, she's a pancake.
All right, I'm hip.
Be like peaches and daisies going into that. You
Wait,
know?
hold on. She moved in with him.
Yeah.
So he was paying all the rent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Wait,
I think
what?
like it's wise to
And then
like,
how is she screwed? I'm just.
It's a long story. He went to jail, got kidnapped.
Oh,
It's like a
God.
really insane story. Like
Sounds like sounds like a
basically
okay,
he lost all his money, kind of thing.
Did she bail him out of jail? or-
She flew to a foreign country to
Oh
help
my
bail him out of
God.
jail. Yes, she was riding for him.
Gosh.
But. So he screwed up her life? I'm confused.
Yeah, because she basically took a leap of faith and was like, "Okay, I'll quit my job. I'll move in with you. You're rich. You can take care of
And
me."
how long did this relationship last?
They're still, in a really big pickle because of her decisions to be with him.
Yeah, but he was paying the entire rent on their apartment. And she stopped.
He ended up moving in with her. He lost his place. She ended up kind of taking care of him.
Okay, so
this
it
part
got
was
messy
just
very
like
quickly.
crazy.
You know what's so
Yeah.
funny is that like she was not expecting to have to do this much explanation for this story. She's like she is annoyed that she has to keep explaining what happened. She's like, I wasn't actually prepared to tell this much of the story because I fucking just thought you would accept me on my word. I thought you would just stop asking me questions when I said I know a girl. She got screwed. Let's move on. She's
Yeah.
like, please stop asking follow-up questions here. I'm going to lie now and make stuff up.
Well, that's what happens when you marry a guy in Dubai,
Right, right. And this sounds like maybe drugs or this doesn't sound like a stand-up guy here.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like a solid citizen.
Yeah, no, it sounds like, just
Yeah.
like,
Sounds like my brother.
Well, I think it's wise to like weigh out the risks that come with making such a commitment to like completely discard your financial like.
that.
Alvin
super
Sam
chat.
donated 100.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to cover that moment.
Oh my god, but it's a great moment. My favorite thing is Red Shirt being like, I don't fucking know. Stop asking me. Just believe me when I say she got screwed.
And she didn't say much during the episode too, so it was like, it was one of the rare occasions she talked. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna throw her into the list because that to me was just like, I was like, they're going on talking about the whole thing about dudes leaving, the girls and stuff. And I'm like, oh, so that was her addition to it. She just came in, which is like, I'm just gonna tell this story about like this crazy guy that left this girl that I
didn't
know.
really think it through. I didn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything from this episode, except for one part that I felt was interesting of Brian, like, actually just, like, talking about the show and the ups and downs of the show. So I think people might...
Okay, so I judged Brian on the previous episode with Anna and Brittany. I said he was a bad host. And then I was like, you know what? Let me suspend my judgment here to watch a few more episodes. And now after that I've watched this episode with you, or at least the highlights, I'm going back to judging him for not being, I mean, he's not doing a great job as host, but maybe that's his style. He's just like, hey, let these fucking whores talk and fight it out. And you know what? Maybe I'll get some good clips out of the thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is. Like, he's going to talk about it in this stuff, but I do think that he has a lot of work to do. Like, and like, I do feel bad, like, kind of like critiquing someone in that way, just because, I mean, I even know, streaming for so many years, like, you try your best, and sometimes it just doesn't work out, and sometimes things happen,
Yeah, to the host's credit, maybe, if these women are all retarded, he doesn't know what to say to them to draw them out. Maybe he doesn't know how to ask them good questions.
And I mean, it's not like he hasn't tried to get a co-host. I mean, he did try and get Chase on, but Chase just doesn't want to do it, which I don't know.
He actually has he has a little bit of it's not that he's bailed on the show. He actually has like a family situation going on that I don't know if he's spoken about publicly, but it is a very legitimate, like, it has nothing to do with personalities. He's just out of pocket right now and can't really be on the show. So
yeah, I think he talked about it when you interviewed him. But, all right, so let's hear Chase. Chase like kind of just talks about like the show and some of the things going on behind the scenes here. That I really felt was fascinating. It's a chance to really get to know Brian outside of like interviewing people. You
moved it away while I was reading it, but it's all good. I don't know, whatever. But she said I used to get 30K. Now I'm getting 3K. First off, we've never had 30K. We had 24K
with Destiny, right?
With the Destiny stream, which that was like a specifically assembled fucking super panel where we had Destiny, his wife. There were the two feminist girls that weren't like whatever. We had we had him, we had Chase, we had John Doyle, we had Mary from Timcast, and we had Nev, and then we were just coming off of like some really insane shows. So like, bro, I'm not like disappointed that I'm not getting 24K every show when you just maybe boost.
That was like an exceptional show, right?
Yeah, when you like stack a panel with really big guests, like when we had Michael Knowles on the show, like we like doubled or tripled our previous view count. When we had Rolo and Mike and Justin Waller, we had fucking about double or triple our normal view count. When you like
thousands of live viewers, if he has 6,000 live viewers, that's still incredible for a show that's only been going on like a year. So
yeah, and he has room to grow. He has a lot of room to grow.
There's peaks and valleys.
Yeah, for him to achieve what he's done in just a year. I mean, even you. I mean, I streamed for 8 years, got nowhere near either of you. So like it's awesome to see like kind of coming into the space and just doing your thing and bringing a unique form of content and just going ham at it, trying your best, seeing what works and always trying new things. I mean, even for me, like getting to know you over this past, it's almost a year now. No, it's over a year. Yeah, because Content House won, but I didn't start doing clips until I think it was August. So we're almost at our year anniversary of like doing the clips, but like you're always willing to try things and you listen, you're paying attention to what's going on and trying to like move things in. With Brian, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think he's really changing much or really,
and I think Josh has a good point that the most viral clips I've seen about this show have involved Sovereign Bro. Or Sovereign Bra, and because he really challenges the guests.
Yeah.
And he's very passionate.
Well, too, I think it's also Brian, I think is better.
Brian is like a wet piece of bread. He's not really pushing back very much. He's he asks he's just not combative. He should be a behind the scenes guy. He should not be an on-camera host.
Honestly, I think
it's just not his strong suit.
You know what I would love to see on the Whatever podcast? I would love to see a Whatever Simpcast episode. So like you, Keanu, Zia, Anna, Brittany.
Oh my God. We would take over. We would run away with the show.
I think that would be, I'm just saying, someone clip me saying this, send it to Brian, tell him to put it in his filing cabinet. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be in LA in September, so maybe I can get myself.
You should hit him up.
And Lila and Keanu on, because we'll all be doing a show together in LA in September. So
yeah, I think that would be you
that's
hit
my
up
Christmas
Chase,
wish.
Be like, hey,
I mean,
Chase,
I think
could you send
literally,
this?
I think they take literally anyone. I think I just have to DM them on Instagram.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you got to slide into his DMs or find him on Tinder.
You have to have a pulse. I mean, if these ladies got on, certainly I can get on.
I do stand by our critique from last week was I do think he is too ham at just trying to get girls on the show. I think that's where he goes wrong. I think he does not get enough guys on the show. He needs that duality. You know, when you're having girls talking about like, oh, if a guy leaves me, I'm gonna be like destitute and this and that. You need a guy on the show to be like, yeah, well, I got a divorce and she took $200,000 from me. She got the house and I got kicked out and I was destitute. You know, like I lost my job because I had nowhere to live. I had to pay off this massive debt for the divorce. I had to pay for the lawyers. I had to pay for all this and I was screwed. Now I'm homeless. You know, like you need a guy there to do that, you know? Whereas he doesn't have that kind of counterpoint on the episodes. You know, you need to have that. Even when it's a girl, like for a girl to sit there and stand up for a dude and try and say what she thinks of a dude, like their plight in a scenario, it doesn't have the same weight. It doesn't have the same energy. Right, let's hear what else.
Whatever, some
high-profile person.
High-profile people, like you're gonna have more people tuning in. The conversation's gonna be much more compelling. So.
For sure, because their whole community comes over as well. It's not just your community, it's their community.
Yeah, but we also, I mean, to be fair, like there's been a little decline in the average viewer count. That's partially because I took like a month off, and then we had like, I think another thing that kind of fucked things over is we had like a group of OnlyFans girls that showed up, and I'm not going to get into it, but basically they showed up.
They sabotaged.
They sort of sabotaged.
What'd they do? Did they flash themselves?
No, but like we basically ended up not having a show, and then like just little things like that are kind of gonna. And then we've had like a couple technical issues, like some issues with the stream, and then. Yeah, well, no, even
so just
in
regular
our recent
shit
startup
then.
episodes. Also, the panels have been a bit more tame, so I think like it's been a little less engaging, and I haven't really, like the past 6-7 shows, I haven't really booked like anyone super notable in the same way. Like, okay. Gorlock.
Wow.
The Gorlock episode was.
He said
huge,
Anna and Brittany were not notable, nor Sean.
Oh wow! I didn't think of that.
That is what I immediately thought of. And then he immediately went on to mention Gorlock. So he doesn't consider Sean, TBYS, to be notable. Anna, that Star Wars girl, Brittany Venti, all huge YouTube presences, not notable in his point of view.
Yeah. I mean, if you just look at it numbers wise, Sean's like 2 million subscribers has like 1.3, Brittany's like hundreds of thousands. On top of the fact, it's like, okay, you've got a girl sitting across from you that is an OG Twitch streamer. One of the most unique online content creators that are out there, is also a troll, like, and you have them coming into your studio, you think he would treat them like Knowles or the other people that came on. Like, I didn't even think of that. Like, when he was saying that, because, like, when he was saying that, I was like, oh, maybe that's what it is. He took time off. He comes back. He's trying to get bookings for the show. He's, running into tech issues. Because they're not using Stream. Like, they are using StreamYard, but I don't think they're using it for the stream like how we are right now. I have a feeling they're doing a sneak way of doing it. He even disrespected Gorlock. Well, no, he was saying Gorlock was great. He was saying like Gorlock brought the views.
But does Gorlock know that everyone is calling her Gorlock now?
Well, I didn't know that Brian.
Let me interview Gorlock. Let me get Gorlock on CMP because I need to hear from her.
He is, I think, perfect for Simcast.
Who are they? Where are they?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Many questions. All right, let's see what
Gorlock deserves 2 squares on Simcast.
I don't know if Gorlock could fit in one. I don't know. You'd have to have the camera really far away. Like my camera is like pretty much arm's distance, a little bit more, and I'm touching it. Like I gotta lean forward a little bit, but I mean,
she's going to need a seatbelt extender to be on Simcast.
I needed one of those one day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, Gorlock should come to the eating competition. I don't know. Gorlock is New York
out-eat
based.
Gorlock. I will out-eat Gorlock.
Well,
she cannot handle
I think
me.
Gorlock would be tough competition.
Oh yeah, nah. Well, fat people aren't great at eating competitions.
It
actually takes practice. Yeah, like fat people. Like I watch this guy on YouTube, Beard Meets Food. He's this English guy with a crazy big beard that just eats the craziest amounts of food that you've ever seen in life, and he successfully does it. Gorlock would not eat me, Admiral. I would run away, and Gorlock cannot keep up. So, ha. But, like, yeah, no, like, fat people aren't really good at it. And, like, Beer Meets Food is a very skinny guy. Like, you know, people are always
shocking
like,
to me.
Yeah. They're always like, you can't do it. And then he does it. And let's say he's got a little bit more.
I took a month off. It's going to take a bit of time to build back up. And yeah, you know, you have ebb and flow when it comes to viewership. It's part of the, you know, it's part of the hustle. Okay. Let me just read these little small ones in there.
There we go. All right. That covers that. But, like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's got 3 clips channels with, like, hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
That's insane.
Yeah, and they're still getting 5-digit views on the clips that are coming out.
He's doing
you know?
fantastic. He's doing
Yeah.
absolutely. He should not be down on himself because his peak was 24K live viewers. I mean, that's crazy. That's unreal.
Yeah.
It
You
just
know,
lightning struck. You can't. That's not going to be your norm.
I think he was just in the feels in that moment, you know. There might be like a clip to watch from the second one, but I don't know if you need to go to bed or anything. It's almost midnight now. It's up to you.
Do you have more clips?
I mean, there's more from the Tuesday episode, but it wasn't that good. It was really laid back. It had a dude on it finally, but it was so much more calm. Like, people weren't really like arguing or anything, you know.
I mean, if there's anything notable, we could play it. But if you're not blown away by anything from that show,
I wasn't fully blown away. I'm looking through my notes.
Liking says whatever would be a lot better if they were topless. Oh, yeah,
that would help.
Yeah, I think Brian
boobs.
is being realistic about the viewership. He's like,
yeah.
Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Overall, they're doing fucking fantastic for as young of a channel as they are.
Oh yeah, for 1 year. Well, you know, let's not forget that his channel is a huge channel from back in the day. You know, it's not like this dude in 1 year started from nothing to this podcast.
He does need a strong male on the panel. It can't just be him. He's doing too much. He may or may not have that in him. It can't just be all women and him because he doesn't have all his faculties to push back. That may not even be his personality. So he needs a fully dedicated listening male on that panel.
Yeah. No, I think you need to have, like, I think it was Davina earlier said, it was something, what's my origin story? I am a failed Twitch streamer.
He was actually bitten by a poisonous bandana and something happened to him.
The bandana is magical, just saying. It allows me to read people's minds. Not girls, though. Can't read their minds. Only dudes, you know. Dudes that that look like Stancil or Steve. I can read their minds, and I can know that they can't eat food. But, you know, I'm just a former Twitch streamer and YouTuber and musician and philosophy guy. But, yeah, he needs that duality. You need to have the energy of a dude who could talk from their own experience to counterpoint to the other things that are happening. I forget what Davina had said earlier. It was a good, you know, good kind of touche, but I still think I'm right. I think you do need that. All right, so this is just it's a semi-quick part compared to the others. They're doing the intros, and this girl tells a tale of her boyfriend. Something that happened with her boyfriend.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away.
I am newly single. My longest relationship was 4 years.
4 years. When you say newly single, what was it?
Like,
earlier today?
2 months.
Oh, 2 months ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Who broke up with who?
He cheated on me, so
Good times.
Yeah, love that for me.
Love it. Gotta love it, right?
Yeah, that was the end of that.
Okay, so how'd you find out?
Oh, you'd love to know. I kind of like.
Send me his IG. I bet you I know him. Send
Oh my God, I bet you don't. He's from Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Walked in on it because I had like.
There we go. Walked in on it. Walked in on it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the girl second to the left of center there in the white shirt next to the girl with the big hat. She's in Brooklyn. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, call Shorty on the corner.
So like he thought you were gonna be gone for a little while. And
yeah.
Okay, so what happened exactly there?
Yeah, so I was babysitting at the time, and I had work later that night, but he texted me he missed me. I'm like, you just saw me an hour ago. You never text me you missed me. Let me see how much you really miss me.
That's what they like. We like to text right when we cheat.
Am I crazy or am I always right? Yeah, exactly. So I pulled up, walked in his room, Shorty on the corner of his bed, in his sweatpants that I bought him.
Yeah, but maybe she had a flat tire or something.
No, I took her for a ride. I was like, tell me what's going on. She gives me the spiel. And that
What
was
was
the
the
end of
spiel?
that.
What did he tell her?
Oh, so he was like, he said you guys aren't together because you're moving to LA next month. You know, it took me a minute to get this all together because I'm like, wait, the next day I whooped her ass because it was like,
what?
Wait, he said I was moving next month. It's this month. I'm all on his Instagram page. My clothes are in his room and you just twirling your hair on his bed. So yeah, I ended up whooping her ass. And then I moved to LA. So
it worked out for everyone.
Yeah.
Except
But
her.
wait, if she was moving to LA, it was going to end anyway.
Right?
If someone moves from Jersey to LA, that is across the country, like that relationship is over. Like either someone is planning to eventually move to be with the other person, or y'all are done. So,
I mean, he could have waited though for her to leave.
He could have waited, but I don't feel like we're getting complete accuracy from the queen here.
Yeah, no, she's going to elaborate.
Living together at the time?
Yeah.
Or
no?
no.
No. We live like 5 minutes down the street from each other. I don't know why I thought my soulmate lived in my hometown, but they don't.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why would you beat the girl's ass?
Oh, okay, boom. I'm so glad you asked that because I whooped his ass
Good
first,
question.
right?
Oh.
So the
Okay.
next day, like I said, I realized she played in my face. She lied to me about them having sex. Said she didn't know we were together. She liked the post of us that he just posted.
What does she owe to you?
Oh, nothing. But you lied to me. Even when I asked you straight up
So
what
you'll
was going on.
resort to physical violence?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Get
okay.
touched. Look, half holy, half hood. Pray
I mean,
with me,
if
don't play with
no,
me.
if she's out here lying to
Has
you,
this
you were
girl? Has
man
this?
enough to go take her
It's
for a
almost.
car.
Has this girl met a black woman before? It's like she's asking these 101 questions.
And she's the Brooklyn girl. You would think
Yeah.
she's experienced this.
She's like, why would you resort to physical violence? I was like, excuse me, were you alive in 2020?
I mean, to be fair though, I don't understand why she would fight the girl.
No,
like the
that
guy
doesn't
I
make
can
sense.
understand. Yeah, the girl not so much. All right, let's see.
All right, and everything, and she straight up lied to you to
Yeah.
your face.
Sound like
Valid.
that literally spells
Valid.
ass whooping to me. I don't know. Like
valid.
right in the dictionary.
Not valid.
Okay.
What would you do?
Be civil and take it up with the man that I'm in a relationship with, and
But
not
then
the
what
woman.
if you went to the other woman and you were like,
I have a crush on the Brooklyn girl. You could guess why.
She doesn't owe me anything.
Oh, so you just let people disrespect you?
No,
I think
just
if
don't
both
resort
of
to
you
physical
lying, you're
violence.
tripping over somebody that don't want you.
You're tripping over a dude
Spending
that doesn't
energy
give
of someone
a.
don't
I
want
wasn't tripping
you.
over him. I don't do well with disrespect, baby girl. So it's like you're not about to disrespect me and not get beat up.
But she doesn't know you enough to respect you.
And does she know these? She know this left hook and right hook now.
Wait,
That's
did
what
she know? Did she know you?
No, I didn't know. We didn't know each other at all.
Did she know that your boyfriend was in a relationship?
Yes.
Oh, she knew.
Oh my God.
yeah,
if only
absolutely.
I
She didn't
had
know
the
you.
confidence,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
I guess if I had the confidence to beat someone up, maybe I would do that.
Are you not going to do a boxing match with like I don't know
A
who would
total
you fight?
stranger. Yeah.
Who would you fight? if they
No,
did, like,
I wouldn't. I would not fight. I would not fight the girl that I was cheated on with, because like you don't know what story she got. You don't know if she was told that the guy was single. Yeah, it's a. But you know who didn't know you were single is like the guy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You know, well, too, like, maybe the guy was like, she's moving away to, like, the other side of the country, because I'm pretty sure this girl's in Jersey, she said.
yeah.
So it's like, you're literally going to the other side of the country. You're going, 3,000, 4,000 miles away or something, like.
Maybe
you know?
the guy like, this is ending anyway. You're moving. I'm not planning to move with you. Who knows if they had that conversation or not yet. Yes, of course you don't want to cheat preemptively, but you know, maybe they were on the rocks. I'm definitely not taking the cheater side, but I just don't think we're getting it would take
The
a
whole
while
story.
to get the entire story. How
Yeah.
strong were they? Were they talking about getting married? Or
Oh,
is
she
this
talks
just
a
like
little bit more. What were we at 27? Yeah, we're always a few more minutes. She
So I guess
But it's like
elaborates.
we can't be necessarily shocked. Like from what we've heard from this woman, we cannot be shocked that she just resorted to physical violence out the gate. Like nobody listening to this is going, "Man, I really expected more from her." You know, it's like it's not shocking.
I mean, for me, it's like I would just leave. Like I would say, you
Right.
know what? I'd say thanks. I'd be like, you just told me I will never deal with you again. You know,
right?
Like you helped me out so much. You know, so it's like, yeah, I don't understand the whole getting mad and stuff. All right, I'm
Some
gonna play.
women get off on being the other woman. Like they
Oh, yeah,
enjoy
absolutely.
bringing pain
Valid.
and, yeah.
A lot of women are like
Yeah.
that. A lot of women literally leech off of like men who have girlfriends just so they can feel the void of like, oh, I stole your man.
Yeah. Which women do you guys hang around? Because
A lot of women
That's not the
actually
type of
are.
women
Are
I
you
hang
from
around.
LA?
No, I'm from New York.
That's why.
I'm
she's
from
the
New York
mean
City.
streets.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
the
from
mean
New York City,
streets of
baby.
New York. Are
So-
you Bronx?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay.
You're from Brooklyn and you don't think about throwing hands? That's
Absolutely
wild.
not. Absolutely.
No,
Wait,
she's
show of
like,
hands
I'm
here.
Yeah,
white.
it's New Brooklyn. It's
You
not
probably
Old Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But I want to know where in Brooklyn she lives, Fealty. Maybe you guys are neighbors.
Yeah, who maybe I don't think she's in my area. I would remember her. I
I
would.
feel like the girl in the middle is like got lost on the way to like a YMCA cosplaying event. I want to know why she thought
looks
this was
so familiar.
her choice.
She looks so familiar. I can't. I think she is or used to be a Twitch streamer, but none of the names look familiar to me.
Okay.
You know, she's definitely not Priya. She didn't talk much in the episode, so it's like it's tough. Let's see. I'm trying to check Instagram. No. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna guess. I'm gonna just. There's a few more minutes.
Never had
She's
it. Well, she's
hip-
never had her
hipster-
hands on her,
hipster
so
be-
that's why she doesn't
but it's
understand.
hipster being in
Did you
Brooklyn.
ask me?
Oh, are you? You got something to say?
You didn't ask me, so you're just making assumptions. But
Yeah.
Oh.
First of all, we came on here and they said that we don't need to be like coming at each other, and you over here getting very personal.
No, I just
about
said
her
you made an
story
assumption, that's all.
About her putting hands on people. Like I would never do that. All right, let's chill, New York. Let's chill. I have an
All right,
opinion.
okay. You guys can. You
Are we
guys
not
can
supposed to talk about our
talk about it
opinion?
on the later. Okay, just show of hands.
Oh my
Show of
God,
hands,
they
guys.
all hate her.
If you're in that
They
situation
all
that she was
hate
in,
her.
you walk in on your boyfriend getting.
Everyone's getting beat up.
All right, hold on.
Everybody. Your mom better not
No,
be. That's all I'm saying. It's about to be blue.
I want a show of hands. Do you? Okay, show of hands first. Do you just walk away? Show of hands if you just you walk away, you move on.
Walk away,
Okay.
walk away. I don't have the confidence to
Hold
beat
on, some
anyone
more
up.
options here.
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
have-
what if that
I don't
goes
have the
wrong?
Confidence or training or experience in beating somebody up. No, I'm very much of the leave and never return, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, before I've even made it to my car, you're deleted from everything. Like that's how I break up. Like you're dusted. I have amnesia. I don't remember you. It's bad.
Well, have you ever been in a fight though?
I've been in fights. Oh, sure. But it's never occurred to me to like physically hit the person or do harm to them. Like I will just disappear. That's my style.
But how did you fight then?
Oh, I mean, you argue maybe at a loud volume. Like
Oh, I thought
I've definitely screamed, cried, like, you know, been hurt, been shrieking and like leaving in the middle of the night, but I've never stabbed someone. I'm not Hispanic. I've never hit somebody, you know.
Well, Italians use the wooden spoon. It's called the cucchiaio.
Oh, right. No, I don't have a wooden spoon.
Really? But you're a
I've
stepmom
yelled.
now.
I've
You
yelled
need
and been
one.
upset. I've just never hit anybody. I've never. No,
Not
I've
even
never,
a girl?
No, I've never wanted to hurt anybody. No, I would never. What good does that do? I'm just like when you're hurt on the inside, but I also was like spanked and like kind of beat as a kid. So I don't know. It's just maybe I was demoralized so early on in life. It's never occurred to me that I could fight back. But no, it's never occurred to me. I've never had the desire to like hurt or hit somebody.
I think you should join like a boxing class just to
Really?
see
Okay.
what you maybe you
See
are
what
the
I'm
best
made of?
fighter. Yeah, you might be the best fighter,
Yeah.
like bar none in all women's
In
boxing. You might fight
self-defense, I
Gina
would
Carano.
maybe. And if my life was at stake, I would give it a try. But like,
Yeah.
if someone hurts you on the inside, the answer is not to hurt them on the outside. That doesn't fix anything. It's just a distraction. It's just an outlet for your energy, which is a very male thing. Like men need to like run around, get it out of their system, punch walls. It's a very male thing. I'd rather just stew and stuff it down.
And plan the attack of emotional damage.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a little bit
I'm
more.
gonna raise my hand for something I don't know what's going on.
Or here's option 2. Do you start whooping on the dude? That's option B. Option C, do you start whooping on the chick? And then option D, you start whooping on everybody.
Can I give another option? You pretend like you don't know and then cheat on his friend.
Whoa.
Cheat with his friends.
Rule number one
to be
that's,
a boss.
that's an advanced move by the white cop there. That's advanced level.
Yeah.
She's like, or fuck his dad.
Yeah, girls are mean like that. Just saying, a dude wouldn't really go through all the work of that. See, that's the reason why dudes don't do it. It's not because like, oh, they can't do it. A dude's not gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna start sliding into the DMs of her mom. I'm gonna get with her mom, and that's it.
No, because a woman is like, she's like, I'll bide my time. I'll wait, and then I'll make my attack. When you least suspect it, I'll be like a snake in the grass. Whereas men, it's like, just punch me in the face. Like, let me know what I'm working with here. But a woman will be cunning and bide her time.
She is a gamer. Yes, I just can't remember her name. I know she used to be a game streamer. If anyone knows in the chat, please save me because it's annoying me. I'm sure if I clicked every link in the description, I could probably find her page. But I remember I think she used to be like really big. Like she used to be really well known.
The white cop.
Yeah, well, she's not a white cop. I think she's doing Bison from Street Fighter.
Yeah,
kind of reminds me of his hat.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I can't. But all right, I'm gonna play.
But you don't know until you're in that situation. I
Exactly.
would hope I
No,
would just
absolutely.
walk away and be like, F
Right.
you.
Oh,
But
the first day I did walk away. I didn't beat her ass till the next day when I sat with my thoughts and really thought about what I was about to do.
I'm small. So
Okay, I really like her now.
I fight real
but
bad.
violence is not good either. Like,
I've changed my mind. I am now loving Foxy Cleopatra. She's like, I went home, I thought about it, and then I consciously beat her ass.
Well,
Good
yeah,
for her.
she's gonna explain that.
I'm not a
day.
fighter, so it just like something came over me.
Like your
I would go with more like the
Yeah, it was the next day when she was like, "Yeah, I'm done with him," and I pulled up to the bar that he goes to, and she hopped out his car. So is that not worthy? You lied to my face, told me you was done with him, and then you hopped out the car with him.
So he didn't
it's not.
respect you.
I don't know. I don't know.
So you fucked her up, basically.
Oh yeah.
Did you? I forgot that you mentioned this. Did you also-
I'm imagining hair pulling. I'm imagining weave sections laying in the street. I'm imagining titties out. I'm imagining tube top down, skirt up, thong out type of fight, like what we saw in Vegas the other month. The kind of fight where you're like, why is everyone naked? How did this happen? How did we get here?
I mean, I just find it interesting that it's like she just wants to be angry though. It's like, all right, you caught them cheating. You catch them cheating and you take the girl out on a drive. So like the actual fight didn't happen that first day when she caught them.
Right.
She catches them cheating.
She stewed and she decided made a conscious decision. That's toxic. Yeah,
But not even that though. She took the girl out on a drive. It's like, let's go for a ride. Like, I don't know who you are. I just found you in bed with my boyfriend. Let's go out for a drive.
Yeah, that's
this
psycho
girl's crazy.
behavior.
Yeah.
That's psycho behavior. Viking violence is common in the basketball community. It is. It is. Heck, the summer of love.
Oh yeah. No, they did not do billions of dollars worth of damage.
It was mostly peaceful though.
Oh yes. Yes. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, though. Like, there was a thing about domestic violence that came up, and then no sex before marriage. And then there's another bit from the other one that was about pH balance of sharing sex toys and using sex toys. But
Okay.
yeah, they weren't too, like, shocking. I mean, we all know about sex toys and
Wow.
pH balance. I did not know about that until I saw that. I did not know that. Apparently, if you use a sex toy or a guy has sex with another girl, even if he washes and then has sex with you or you use the sex toy, it's going to change the pH balance inside of your you-know-what, and it can make things go
Really?
awry. Yeah, apparently it
I've
makes
heard
things
that
go
your
awry.
pH balance can change from like partner to partner, but if you've washed a toy, that's weird. I also
Yeah.
think you shouldn't be using toys from girl to girl. I think if you're hooking up and fucking whoever, like have the girl bring her own toys over. Do not have communal toys. That's very trashy and gross. If you have a long-term girlfriend and you had a toy with her, throw that toy away. Begin anew when you have a new girl. Do not take the ghost, the vibes of the last relationship into the new one. Like, that's just, come on. Toys are cheap enough. That's a weird thing to do, is to save accessories, accoutrement from a previous relationship. That's bad. That's no good.
Well, you're not getting like a savings and a value by
No.
being like, you know what, I don't want to have to buy another toy. Like,
No, that's
so...
cheap and weird. What are you, more attached to the vibrator? Like come on. Like, and every girl likes a different thing. That's like very creepy too. I dated this guy once who already had like tampons and hair ties and a hairbrush in his bathroom, and I was so fucking skeeved out by that. I was like, this is from the last girl. I do want to see the remains of your last relationship here. Like, clear this shit out. Like, I know you've been with other women, but like, don't remind me, okay? Can we please have a fresh start? Let's pretend that there's never been a woman here. How about that? And I can fill your bathroom with my girly shit if I so decide. That would be like, I don't know, if you want to leave a toothbrush at a girl's place and they're like, oh, don't worry, Fealty, I already have a toothbrush here for you. Like, from and you're not watching her open it from the packet. She just goes, I have one here for you. And you're like, who the fuck was that? Oh, don't worry, it's your toothbrush now. Or like, here, I have boxers for you. I have, and you're like, whose were these? Oh, you're like, don't worry about it. You'd be like, what the fuck? Did someone die?
I mean, if the boxers were clean, then they were nice boxers, I might. I wouldn't mind. Toothbrush, though, heck no. I mean, granted, I may be an unvaxxed awesome guy, but before all this stuff happened, I was a germaphobe.
You're
I
not
didn't
going
like
to
hugging and
use
stuff.
a toothbrush of questionable history. Just
No,
like I don't
no.
want to use a hairbrush of questionable history. I don't want to use tampons from a box from, I don't know who that was for.
Dylan
They might not
Mulvaney.
be the kind of tampons I like. They might not be the kind of hair ties I like. I don't like that. No. That's the whole point of dating a girl, is you get to know what kind of shit that they like, and then you fill your house with those things if you're so inclined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have for tonight. I mean, there's other stuff,
Okay.
but like,
No, this was good. I feel like we really covered a lot, and I really got my anger out about the hotel lobby. And now, of course, it's complete silence. They've all gone now as we're wrapping up.
what time does the lobby close?
I don't know. It's a lobby. It never closes.
Oh, but so then there's a bar there, though?
I don't know if the bar is still open. It's on the other side of the atrium. I could check.
Wait, so how are they watching soccer in a lobby?
Oh, let me show you. Okay, so here is, I don't know if you'll see, but can you see the TV there?
Kinda.
Okay. It's super dark.
Yeah.
Can't really tell.
It is very dark. I was like, I think I'm looking at a lamp. I don't know.
It's very dark. There's lamps, there's a TV with Now News, but yeah, it's a great atrium.
How is
there's
Philly,
five
though?
there's 5 floors. I mean we didn't really walk around the city part, like the central city
Smart.
part, so I didn't experience like a tent city or any homeless or anything like that. Like it was pretty, like Frank and his son are not really huge into like history. If I was here with my sister, it would be like museum after museum nonstop. But like we went to a Philly game yesterday, which was so fun, and we had a bunch of different cheesesteaks today, and went to a zoo, and that was like about it. We just chilled. So the Phillies game was fun. I bumped into a girl I knew from college improv. I got recognized in the bathroom at the Phillies game. That was pretty neat. Oh, what did Keanu say?
Oh,
Kiki. Go down to the bar. You're happening to Screech PJs like I did. I am going to see if it's still open because my decoy is I haven't even seen a decoy. Keanu, I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's a Chardonnay seltzer, which I don't love. But there's a little bit of a store. There's like a little hotel store in the front, which sells all sorts of things. I have been like steadily, quietly drinking this whole trip. Like I drank at the zoo secretly. I drank at the game. I had like 3 spiked seltzer and a frozen lemonade with booze in it at the game, and not even enough to get buzzed because every time you turn around and buy a drink, it's fucking $17. They just raking you over the coals with cost. But you're there and you're like, fuck it. You get to a certain point where you're like, fuck it, I want to get drunk. And then you just spend ridiculous amounts of money and you tell yourself it's worth it.
Well, guess how much my taco was?
Your taco, $6.
Really? You think that low? No, it's like $13 or $14. But it's not bad. I mean, this thing's like as big as my face, you know?
That's huge, yeah.
I know, right? It's what they all say.
We've been to Philly a couple times before for comedy reasons and just for hanging out. It's like a quick, easy trip. It's like,
like 2 hours, right?
It's 2 hours. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. You can get out of town. Philly is like New York City, but on a smaller scale. It's like people are sassy and have attitude, but there's more beards. It's a little bit more of the same type, whereas New York City is like a lot of different types. It's like a lot of diversity. You got the sassy barista types, you have college students, you got young professionals, whereas Philly just seems to be like men with January 6th beards. That's it, which I enjoy and love. Just beards and like a lot of white dudes and a lot of blue collar, but that's nice. I like that. That's my comfort zone. So yeah, Philly is sassy.
I mean, all I know now from Philly is I watch this channel. I will share this tab instead. Let's see. Did that work? No. Okay. Add to stream. So there's a channel, All Time Media, that I watch from time to time.
Ooh.
And it's pretty much all in Philly, and they interview the homeless people and the drug addicts all around like Philly and the area. And I mean, it's nonstop. It's like there's so many people, and very few are like, repeats, It's sad though. Like, and you hear about their stories and stuff, and it's just like, it's all on I think it's Kensington Avenue it's called in Philly. So if you go down there, here's all the people you can meet, some nice people.
Interesting.
All them on the
We were at
drugs
the
and
zoo.
stuff.
We were at the zoo, and Frank leans over. He's like, "Yo, go walk behind those women. They all sound like Leanne." So I'm like trailing these 3 women around the fucking alligator exhibit, like listening to them, like, and they did sound like Leanne. They're like, "I don't fucking know, man." Like they're all talking like Leanne. And one girl kind of looked like Leanne, and I was like, "Oh my god, I really miss Leanne."
Why is Leanne should come by and say hi? Why don't you meet up with Leanne?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if she lives close to the zoo, but we thought of it too late.
Hmm.
I mean, does Leanne really want to come hang out with me and Frank and my stepson at the Philly Zoo?
Yeah,
Like,
she
come
likes
on,
animals.
Leanne, drink rosé with me and like make fun of the flamingos.
I think she would enjoy that a
Come,
lot.
come join me at the zoo. Let's call the flamingos gay together.
Well, she would reply to that with, "I don't even know, man. You know, what are penguins?
I don't know,
anyway?
man. What are we even? It's fucking ridiculous, man.
They invented the penguins
can't even
anyway, so
do her voice.
Yeah, it's like whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Leanne's awesome.
From
One of my
penguins
favorite
to
things
penguins.
from Content House.
Oh.
Yeah, even Courtney wants to do it with you.
Courtney, are you in the Philly area? There's something weird about like you're at a refreshment stand as an adult. There comes a moment where you're like, all right, I came here for water, but I find myself looking at the spiked seltzers. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, am I going to drink alone at the zoo, and do a situation where I might even am I going to sneakily drink this? Am I ashamed that I'm drinking at the zoo? Or am I going to act like this is not a big deal? But sometimes you just need a rosé to get through the day. Oh God, I've turned into a wine mom. This field trip really bothered me. Like the counselor, the children, the whole bathroom line debacle like had me fucking triggered for a good 4 hours. I was angry well into the evening after this bullshit.
Well, it's because you didn't say what you needed to say to her. You needed to tell her off and really tell her how you feel.
I was like, you are still a kid. I know you think you're hot shit because your t-shirt says junior mentor on it. But let me tell you, you don't pay bills. You're still not a person, okay? You are still a dependent on somebody's taxes, okay? So get off your fucking high horse. Okay, you're managing a line of toddlers essentially in a bathroom line. Okay, you don't know anything about the world. Okay, let me tell you something about life. But I didn't think of all that. I just was like angry and I made up a lie about being pregnant. I panicked.
That is so good. How did you say it though? Was it like, but I'm pregnant, okay?
I said, this is unbelievable. I'm pregnant, okay? She was like, I didn't know you were pregnant. I said, exactly. And then I stormed off like an idiot.
Oh, you just left?
I just left. I was all out of options at that point. I was like, what am I going to sit here after I've had a fucking altercation with the 14-year-old, with the junior mentor? What am I going to stand here and continue to wait? She's just going to keep bringing in more asshole kids to go in front of me. She doesn't respect my authority. So I was like, I'm leaving.
But did you really have to go to the bathroom though?
I was at an 11. I was going to piss myself. I was like, I feel like if I yell, I'm gonna start peeing. So I just had to be calm and walk off because I had made a scene. I had created a scene, and I had to just. What am I gonna Hayukin this girl? We're gonna fight to the death. Like I was like, I had to just walk away.
And you've also informed people of your pregnancy. Well, you've informed everyone of your pregnancy.
Yeah.
Were you drunk at that point, though? How many drinks did you have up to that point? Did you smell like booze?
No, I just had one. No, God, no. I just had one small rosé seltzer at the zoo. And I had one. I started the day with a coffee. Then I snuck a Celsius into the zoo. That was great because I thought I was going to get a thorough bag check and I was going to have to throw it out. So they didn't care about that. I brought in actually water and a Celsius. Chugged the Celsius, then got the rosé, then had some water. It was good. I was very hydrated, but still having a good time.
Well,
no, I'm not gonna
you
get
were
hammered.
hydrated.
I would not get hammered at the zoo unless someone else is drinking with me. To have more than one drink alone is a little sad for me, unless of course I'm on a stream with you or something. But
yeah, I'm not alone. I'm not alone right now. with my booze.
You and I said, I'm drunk. This is my argument. I'm drunk and pregnant. Let me in the bathroom. I'm holding a can of rosé, demanding
were
to
you?
be let in because I'm pregnant.
Did you
I
still
think I
have the
might have been
rosé can?
I might have been holding it still.
That's why I was asking about how many drinks did you have at that point, because I was like, did you smell like booze while you're saying you're pregnant? So this is even worse.
Look, you child. I'm drunk and pregnant and at the zoo. Let me be.
Yeah, right now there are people at home having the conversation. I saw a drunk pregnant woman at the zoo today. It was crazy. She was so angry about the bathroom situation.
She was yelling at a junior mentor.
There's people going around thinking you are a hot mess right now.
Also, no, I'm not pregnant. For the record, I'm not pregnant. I just lied to a junior mentor so I could,
Just so you could walk away. Just so you could walk away.
She was letting little fucking kids cut me in line for the bathroom, and so I came up with this pregnancy rumor, thinking that I would appeal to her on an adult level. Of course, I didn't, because she was 14 to 16 years old. She's a fucking junior mentor. She hasn't lived a life. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't pay bills. Okay, she doesn't even make money from this job, I don't think.
Well, she's being responsible. She's got a job. She's doing good.
A pregnant woman holding a can of rosé yelled at me at the zoo.
There are people going around thinking you are the hot mess of the Philly Zoo.
Maybe this is why I love Philly so much. I just fit right in. I just blend in with the scenery. Fuck.
Oh, I read this as baby dabbler instead of baby bladder.
I'm also, yes.
You're a dabbler of having babies. That's what
I
you
don't know.
are.
I don't know if the junior mentor was like, she probably just thought I was a strange adult. I don't know. I don't know if she really put all the pieces together. I don't know if she noticed my can of rosé. She clearly didn't care that I was fake pregnant. I just don't think she cared at all about me or my state in life.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
No.
She was probably just thinking about, like, I don't want to have another child pee themselves. She
was fucking on her high horse with her clipboard and her pen.
She had a clipboard.
And her little fucking job that's meaningless in the grand scheme of things. Oh, big deal. You told a 7-year-old to pee. I hope you're really satisfied with yourself.
What would you have done, though, if this junior person recognized you and be like, oh, good, you're Chrissie Mayr, you're pregnant?
I would have been like, God damn, you are not on the right YouTube algorithm. They should not be serving you my videos, because I've clearly marked not appropriate for children.
Oh, no, very family friendly.
I shouldn't have. Yeah, maybe she didn't believe that I was pregnant because I was holding a can of rosé.
That might be what it is. How many people were on the line to witness this, though?
They were all other fucking children, Fealty. They were all between the ages of 5 and, I don't know, 12.
Wait, so let me picture this. So you're on a line, you're next to go. Behind you, a school full of children.
See, here's where the problem is. The line had become forked at one point, and I'm waiting for the bathroom going this way, and I'm clearly next. But then the other kids are under the impression that the line is going this way, so they're starting to line up this way. But I'm fucking keeping track of who's who and what's what, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm clearly next, but this dumb fucking kid here thought he was next, and the door opens. I go in. The junior mentor then pushes the kid that's here into the bathroom, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm next. I've been here. I pay bills. Okay. I have had many jobs. I have been a receptionist, for Christ's sake. What have you done with your life? Oh, you can do a French braid. Big fucking deal. So can I. She basically pushed this dumb little kid into the bathroom, and I was like, I'm next. I've been waiting. He's next. He's been waiting. You're gonna have to get in line. I was like, I've been in line. I'm pregnant. And it just came out of my mouth. Like, I don't know what came over me. I didn't feel that me being next in line was enough. So then I just found myself saying that I was pregnant, which had no effect whatsoever on the junior counselor.
Of course. Well, maybe your brain was thinking all these kids around, I'm making one of those. That's going to be my excuse. Like, I should go in because I have one of them in me. So I could skip the line.
I just I hate that people think that, and by people, this person wasn't even a person. This was a 14 to 16-year-old max girl. This idea that little kids deserve to pee before an adult, that they somehow have pee privilege over someone who's paid bills, is insane to me. If someone comes to me and I'm at the front of the line with their kid and they're in the pee stance and they're like, look, this kid's about to piss himself, do you mind? Of course, by all means, that's the adult way to handle it. But to push your fucking campy into the bathroom when it is clearly my turn without a prior conversation is such an egregious breach of humanity that it's unspeakable. And I didn't know what to say other than say that I was pregnant while holding a can of rosé. So
that's my favorite part.
Yes,
of it, is that you were holding it.
I have paid taxes. I have had jobs. I have been a coach. I've worked with kids. I know the deal.
You were a lifeguard. You saved lives.
I was
you
a
saved
lifeguard.
lives.
I have saved many lives. I was
Thank
next,
you for your
goddammit.
service,
And
by the way. I've never said it. Thank you for your
You are
service as a
welcome.
lifeguard.
You are welcome. And let me tell you, every damn fucking kid I've pulled out of the pool, their mom, 9 times out of 10, eating nachos at the snack bar. They had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, because that's a chance
really
to not pay
upset
attention.
at this child, basically, for thwarting my authority, disrespecting me in the bathroom line.
Well, you should have done like, the Afro girl on the whatever podcast and,
Oh, and here's the other thing. It was absolutely about my skin color. Let there be no doubt about it that my skin color played a role in the lack of respect. I won't say anything more. I won't say anything more. Put it together however you will.
Yep.
I rest my case.
she turned and looked at you in the sunlight and said, huh,
Oh,
that's what it was.
She looked at me. She was like, her eyes were saying, you disgusting white Karen, you do not deserve to go next, even though you are technically next. I am going to push my can't be ahead of you because you're the white devil. You're a bleached demon, as they say on TikTok. And I blame TikTok for this, really.
See, that's why you see where you went wrong is you should have said, and my baby is black.
Right. That's what I should have said. Look, I'm pregnant with an ethnically ambiguous child.
Yeah.
Well,
you're pregnant with, it's a boy that identifies as a girl that is also multiracial and,
right.
yeah.
And left-handed and
Mm-hmm.
handicapped. And it has spina bifida. But I didn't think to say that.
Yeah. And was once married, but the husband left and now is destitute in your womb.
Next time I'm drinking rosé at the zoo and have a bathroom line altercation, I'll be sure to say that.
Did you choose the baby's pronouns too?
Oh my God.
It was all planned out.
The baby's pronouns are P, her.
Well, so, did you, where was the next bathroom? Did you go to a totally different bathroom?
It was not close. It was by basically the entrance. I essentially had to then exit and then re-enter the zoo, which is the whole new level of embarrassment. You have to explain. I didn't have a wristband. I'm digging around for an old receipt, and I'm just like, look at me. Would I lie about having been in and then out of the zoo?
I mean, you're pregnant. What can you do? They have to have some care for a pregnant woman.
Right. There's a certain amount of respect a fake pregnant woman deserves.
What did you tell Frank? Because this had to have taken a while.
Never told him. He's probably asleep. I never told him that I told this kid that I was pregnant because that's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing thing to have to lie about just to reclaim your own spot in the bathroom line. I walked around the corner of the building. He's like, "Oh, did you go?" I'm like, "No, the kids made fun of me." I'm like, "No, the kids gave me a very hard time and I had to leave." I didn't go into detail. I just found the next bathroom and then I was clearly I was clearly exhibiting sass. I was in a mood. I didn't want to talk about it. I went to the next bathroom. Then we left the zoo. I came out of the bathroom. I was like, "Are we done?" I was over it. So I never mentioned that I had told the junior mentor that I was lied about being pregnant.
So
and then I may or may not have been holding a can of rosé at the time.
I wonder what he's thinking then, though. Like, he's thinking like some kids were teasing you and you walked away. Like
he was actually making fun of me. Were the kids mean to you? I'm like, they were.
Oh, this is so great. This is so
not
great.
It's bad. It's very bad. The kids
so
did bully me. The junior mentor made my life miserable today. I'm not cut out for this town.
Oh, Philadelphia. It's a hard city, Philadelphia.
It is. Not everyone can make it here. Yes, my excuse had a minimum age requirement on it. A little kid wouldn't understand. This girl was probably between 14 and 16, so she would understand like what it means to be pregnant, I think.
This day and age, I don't know. What are they teaching us? Well, she'd understand what it's like to be a guy this day and age, from what they teach in schools.
I wasn't looking to get into an argument with a preteen or a teenager, technically.
Well, I mean, true, though, because, look, if you told her, like, look, I've been waiting here, it's my turn, like, clearly we have the forked lines here, people, all these kids and this chaos going on, it's my turn to pee-pee. I have to pee-pee, she's going to come back at you and be like, whatever, Karen, ma'am, and that's all she's going to do. You tried the I'm pregnant angle, which, a normal person should be like, "Oh, you're pregnant. Well, let me hold your rosé for you while you go into the bathroom, and just let you do your thing."
That's called respecting your elders.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hold those pregnant women's booze.
I was just so blown away by the lack of respect that I was like beside myself and had to come up with the pregnancy lie.
That's so funny. I love that just yeah, I love that it fell on deaf ears. On top of the fact of just like how quick you came up with that,
I thought, what will give me street cred in the bathroom line community? But I was thinking with my adult brain. I don't know.
That girl definitely went home and told her parents about that.
She's probably like, I saved the campies from a white devil today. You should be very proud of me.
A drunken pregnant white devil. This is what's coming to.
Unbelievable.
I can't wait for you to tell Frank. You know what?
This was a great
maybe
show.
Really quick.
Don't know if I
tell
will.
Frank
No,
on
I probably
camera.
will.
Tell Frank on camera though. Just say, I'm really curious to see what his reaction is.
I mean, he's up in the room. He's up in the. He'll probably listen to this tomorrow. Anyway, it's look at this. Whenever I feel disrespected, I lie about being pregnant as well.
Really? How come you didn't do that in the airport, Keanu? Like, what? I will not change my shorts, sir. I am pregnant. Ma'am, is that a tampon string hanging out, raking across the floor right there? Well, sir, how dare you? Just saying.
Oh, my God. Hindsight is always 50-50. 2020. Whatever. This was fun. Fealty, what's coming up for you this week?
I'm about to kick some whoop ass. I'm going to open up a can of foodie whoop ass on the Wet Spot on Compound Media, which you should all go and subscribe to. It's a great network and great shows on there, especially the Wet Spot. And other than that, I've been thinking about getting back into streaming, but not this week. Next Sunday, I think I'm going to do Sundays from like 2 to like 4, because I have some games that I want to play, and I figure might as well stream it. So Fealty Gaming on YouTube if you guys want to see some video games. I'm going to do a scary game first. It's the sequel to Outlast, so a scary game. Should be interesting. But yes, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, as I'm on my diet journey again. But yeah, that's it.
I love that. Yes, tune into the eating contest this Monday on Wet Spot, Monday, July 31st. 7 p.m. Eastern on compoundmedia.com. It will be Fealty here versus Jim Stansel versus Steve Conti. And should something happen to Steve Conti or should he have to work suddenly, Cecil will be the alternate.
Oh, really?
He'll be the alternate eater, but hopefully Steve will be locked in. So tune into that on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern on compoundmedia.com.
Chrissy, you know what though? Fun. You know what? There's no way I can lose. You want to know why?
What?
I'm pregnant.
Why?
I'm pregnant.
Yes, you're pregnant. Of course, I immediately respect you more. Also, I will be. I'm pretty sure this is locked in. But I will be having Roger Stone back on the podcast on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I know he reached out to me.
That's awesome.
So that should be a real hoot. And
you should
I
get
think
Roseanne.
I'm going to be scheduling. Dude, Roseanne is the best. She was on Timcast this week. I haven't watched it yet, but I intend to. She was on with Michael Malice. And Leonardo Joni, who's a comedian. I'm trying to get her on this week. Josie, the redheaded libertarian, will be on Wednesday at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Oops, we might have to bump back whatever Wednesday then for next Wednesday.
We can always do whatever Wednesday on a Saturday or something if you want.
I think Frank scheduled that one. It's okay though. We'll make it work. And of course, Simpcast this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Kay Smythe and Steph, the Alter Nerd, and maybe a few others will be on the show on Simpcast this Sunday. So tune into that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This was so fun. I absolutely love doing this with you, Fealty. We have such a blast.
Oh, yeah, it's so much fun.
I'm sorry for lying about being pregnant. I've learned my lesson.
That's so good. That is so
all right.
good.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.